Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome into episode 1 million of Dragonlance here on the workshop. Yay, woo! Make sure everybody can be heard okay. I know, it's already, we're so far along.
What numbers?
Welcome to episode 5.
knows.
How about that? Of Dragonlance here over on the workshop. Let's go around the table before we get nice and started and say hellos and reintroduce ourselves, like characters and stuff. Who haven't I started with? I have no idea. Let's start with Dread today. I feel like I left him out to dry last so let's start with our bestie, Dreaded GM.
Hello, it's your bestie, Dread. How are you? I'm here this week in my own place, which is very strange. But if you want to know about me, I'm on the internet making all types of things, is what I said.
You're a bit out of practice with this.
Yeah,
aren't
I'm
you?
out of practice. I am.
I noticed the last few weeks you've had a nice spiel going about like,
Yep.
hey, I'm a Dread GM, I've got
Yep.
Dreads and I'm a GM. And
You know
blah,
what?
blah,
It'll figure itself out in the wash. If you want to see what I'm doing, you can head to my YouTube channel where I'm releasing videos wherever I can, or on Twitter or on Instagram. That's where I am. But professional voice actor, GM, and I guess actor, because I did some acting this week, which was kind of crazy. So look at that. Oh, it's all happening.
Very nice.
Yeah.
What was that? Can we ask what the acting was about, or is there like a super secret NDA? Are you working with
I haven't
like...
signed an NDA. I can tell you that I get to do some of my fun voices. So
That's
I won't say anything just in case I get in trouble. But I went to rehearsal and costume fitting. It's all very cool. So
Very
Well,
nice. Yeah.
I must say it's a shame that you've stooped yourself so low, Dread, to become an actor. They are truly the worst people.
I'm so sorry.
And then clowns.
Sorry,
Right
I'm
underneath.
very happy about it.
It's because they looked at their life and went, I don't like money, so I'm gonna become an actor.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna
Yeah.
do.
Whereas I got into this for the cash.
I can't tell if you're wearing blue today or not, but just above Dread, we've got Lyndon today. Rob, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am wearing blue. It is a very pale blue. So I did genuinely consider changing it just because it wasn't quite blue enough. But I was like, they'll see all shades of blue from Lyndon throughout the series. Hi, everybody. I'm Robert Hartley GM. I'm a professional Dungeon Master, TTRPG player, and full-time nerd. You can find me all over the internet at Robert Hartley GM. You can see my handle below me here. It's just my name. And you can also find me as the Dungeon Master for the Viva La Dirt League D&D series over on YouTube. That's what I'm most well known for.
You know, it's going to bug me. I can see the yellow outline when you speak. Keep going.
Oh yeah, you can. So I'll speak, and I'll just keep speaking, and then eventually Rakim will be able to get rid of that yellow line problem above me. If I move my thing up just a touch like that, then that'll help as
Perfect.
well.
Nailed it.
What else can I say? That's pretty much it. Should I throw up to above me?
Yes, please. But not throw
Up
up,
to-
but throw it to the person above you. How about
Throw,
that?
and then throw up to Corylus above me. If you Winters.
Oh, God. Poor chat. We're starting again with the vomit noises.
Starting
Let's
again
do-
with vomit every
Yeah,
time.
Nice.
Yeah.
This is contractual.
It
will
repeats
change
on
it.
ya.
I'll change it. Ew. I'll change it for who I'm sending it to. No stress at all. Hello, I am AJ Winters. I am a voice actor, dungeon master, and world builder here from Winter's Tales. We do live play D&D in this studio that I'm in. That Dread was in with me last week, but now I am once again alone. Tonight I'm playing Corey. And she's going through a traumatic time right now, so I'm very intrigued to see what happens when we dive into this story.
Trauma.
Yes.
Woohoo, trauma. All right. Who are you throwing it to, Corey?
Goose, always Goose over Judy.
Goose.
Classic.
Always a bad choice.
Everyone loves Goose.
am Zachary. Zach Speaks Giant. I'm a DM, a GM. I have a YouTube channel. I'm an arsonist. I have a Twitch channel.
Wait, what?
All these things are true.
Wait, sorry, did you just sneak that in there? Excuse me?
Rewind
One
that.
back, one back.
Something about.
No, I heard DM, GM, all the usual
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Did you say
Okay.
artist
Yeah.
or arsonist?
Arcanist.
the
one. You said
Arcanist.
asshole?
Arcanist, yeah. He's a wizard in real life.
You do use a lot of your ass in
It's
making
true.
Goose.
A whole lot. I whole lot,
All
if
of it.
anything.
Oh.
I have a YouTube channel, Zach Speaks Giant, where I put silly D&D stories and some of my own thoughts. I have a podcast called I Speak Giant that's been going for far too long. You can check that out. I've never shouted this out. I also am working on a game, like a video game. I'm working for Summerfall Studios, which is founded by David Gator, who wrote Dragon Age. It's Stray Gods. It's an incredible game. It is a role-playing musical, with starring the Greek gods. Voice for it. It's been incredible to work on it, and it's
that
very
freaked out
exciting.
AJ so much.
No.
She
Straight up.
disappeared
As
off
soon as-
this plane of existence.
As soon as you said David Gator, that was my reaction too, just to like yeet myself out of here.
So are you writing for them, or are you voice acting? What are you doing?
So I'm doing cinematic editing.
Oh, okay.
The
Fancy.
entire
Sounds
thing
fun.
is essentially, it's like it's very telltale in that you're mostly like choosing dialogue options.
Let's not play Dragonlance. Let's just. Let's hear all about this.
Pull up
So
some like
funny.
very
I'm literally a
confidential.
backer on this
Yeah.
on Kickstarter, so I'm very
So if
Kickstarter
it
I'm a
sucks, you know
backer.
where to go. I'm sure it's gonna be great. But if it sucks,
Well,
give me
the
my money back.
cinematic editing.
If the
sucks.
cinematic editing
I feel like
sucks.
specifically this cutscene was
Just that
terrible.
bit.
Zach, come on now.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, because the entire thing is essentially told through cutscenes.
That's-
There is a lot of work to do.
It's a lot
Nice.
of work.
It's
And it's one guy.
Well, I always say that you don't work hard enough, Zach.
it's
so-
true. In every other aspect of my life, that has been true, except for this job. I've actually tried, and not worth it.
What I've discovered is don't try, folks.
Don't try.
Yeah.
Try and
People
overrate
then
it.
just expect more of you.
And
Suckers.
who are you gonna throw it to, Zach?
Let me think. I think
Mm.
Ellen should go.
Okay.
Oh
All right.
wow, okay. It's a weird choice, but I'm gonna go with it because I love improv. Yes, and
Yes, and
so I am Ellen, or if you follow me on Twitter, I am Ellen K Graham 1. I am an actor, a playwright, a drag king, and yes, a clown. And I will not hear that slander about my training. And I am mostly known for my work with Roll to Cast. That's ROLE to Cast. We are an Any-winning variety TTRPG podcast. Each season of the podcast is a different game system, so there's something for everyone. We also do monthly one-shots where our patrons can choose what game that we'll be playing. I believe at the end of this month, because we've got some more recordings to go, so it'll be technically 2nd of April. We'll be playing Merkborg. Oh my god, it's Merkborg,
Merkborg.
or Merkborg, which I'm very, very excited about.
Is Dread frozen? No.
Nah, Dre's just super
Is
impressed.
I
I'm
just-
playing.
method
Well,
acting.
yeah,
method
I
acting.
assumed Dread was frozen because I didn't see a reaction that you're going to be playing Merkborg, which is their favorite game ever.
Acting.
Ah, shit.
Notebook is
Okay.
amazing.
Maybe Dread is angling for an invite. We'll see. Oh, maybe we'll
Playing
talk. I'll have
cool.
my people talk to your people.
You talk to my people, talk to your people. Okay, we'll
Yeah,
just
yeah. And if you are in Ghana, Yurta, or Adelaide for the Adelaide Fringe, Rollcast has 2 remaining live shows, a live role-playing experience. We've already done 2. This Saturday is Kids on Bikes, which I will be running. Very, very
Nice.
fun. And the weekend after, it will be Pulp Cthulhu, which is always a really, really fun, pulpy time. And that's me. I'm playing Juniper, and she's fine, honestly.
She's
alright.
fine. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, it's... Hey,
It's-
the therapy who?
Exactly. This is Dragonlance. There's no therapist. Nobody there to help. It's good times. The therapist is
to
the goblin
know.
trying to gut you. Tell me your secrets as I spill your intros on the ground. It's very dark. There's no mental health care.
it went from 0 to dark
It
very
is.
fast.
It
I
is.
mean, it's
So-
cheaper than most therapy.
That's true, and all right. So very briefly before we get in, we've got some announcements. One, we have selected our 2 winners for this week's Tailspire codes. We'll reveal them at the end of the stream, so stick around and find out if you won. Thank you for all those who submitted. That will continue as every week we have more codes to give away, you guys. So please feel free to grab a clip, a GIF, create fan art, anything that you like. submit it to, I don't know if it's in the Discords. I'll put it on the stream and post just so you guys see it, but gmrackham@gmail.com with your favorite bits and pieces and stuff, and you get yourself a chance to win Tailspire, the VTT of choice that we're using. Free code for you to use. Lots of fun. Secondly, a great idea, I'm going to be honest, came from Rob's Discord, because his people are wonderful, and my people, everybody's people are wonderful, but his came up with a brilliant idea.
Mine
so, yeah, Rob's is going to be like, my people are the best, but it's just like a silver play button. Zach, can you please get a silver play button soon?
I do want to clarify. Rob's Discord is the only one with a Dragonlance chat, which means our people are also in Rob's chat.
It does have the best Dragonlance chat in my Discord.
It's the only Dragonlance.
Exactly.
Actually, I have
the best one.
A coup.
I have a Dragonlance chat, but like we don't really use it a whole lot because people just use Rob's Dragonlance chat. So
Yeah, I guess
it's
mine's
fine.
better.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
But
for me
we-
to be the best.
Rob's chat has a Nintendo, so we're all over there playing Nintendo.
Exactly. Everybody else has a Genesis, and we're like, nah. Now we want the Super
He's
Nintendo.
got Smash Brothers, but he's got 4 controllers. So.
Exactly. He's got GoldenEye. Like, why would you go anywhere else?
Exactly. That's where we are. That's what's going on.
We are planning on doing prequels of the characters' stories. So if you're keen on seeing Ollie before all this started, if you want to see what Goose was up to before he went completely bananas, what Juniper Rose has been doing with her life, and maybe what Lyndon and Corey are doing at the school of the Towers of High Sorcery. Well, we are going to be fundraising for this, and we'll be running them the weeks where maybe somebody can't make it as sort of a filler episode. And and I don't have this on the screen yet, but I show you here. Every $200 that we raise will allow us to prepare for maybe art pieces and things that we want to do to make sure that we get the minis that we need in Tailspire, so on and so forth. So just be on the lookout for that. I'll be having it during my stream as well. So if you feel like donating and helping out to get us there, by all means, do so. And we don't know which one we're starting with, so it's prequel, and then we'll randomly determine, because we don't know if Rob's going to be away, if AJ is going to be away, if Dread will be away, so on and so forth. So we don't know which one would be first. So for every $200 we get, we'll plan one, and then we'll run it. That's awesome, and I'm very excited about it. With that, that's all the announcements. I think. Oh no, one more. Oh, sorry. I know we want to get started, but here we go. Tomorrow is my 2-year streamiversary. What? So we'll be doing some community games and just goofing around, and maybe some chat plays D&D. So feel free to come by and hang out and play with us. And that's tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time, so like 5 a.m. So, just whenever you feel like waking up. And on Sunday, the time changes in North America, so I'll be starting an hour later, but nothing will change for you guys, I think, yet in Australia, because time zones are stupid. Okay. Woof, we're done. We're going to jump into the trailer, followed by the not heartbreaking recap at all, whatever. Thanks, Juniper. And then we'll jump right back into...
Why are you guys so upset?
You guys better get your Kleenexes ready, because it's time for tears.
It's really hot. Oh, wait, yeah.
All right, we'll be... Here we go.
It has been 300 years since the gods punished the world of Kryn. They shifted continents, sundered nations, consumed empires. 300 years since the gods departed, ushering in the time of darkness. Yet nothing is eternal. The world begins to heal. Fragile nations rebuild, tentative alliances reforge. But in the shadows to the east, the drums of war sound. Will darkness consume the land, or will heroes stand in its way? Welcome to Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen.
Dearest Mother, it's a long time since I've written to you. Your address has changed somewhat. Yet again, I failed to do my duty as eldest and protect my kin. We laid Uncle Ispin to rest, and despite some ruckus, we were as one in our grief. I thought this would be the chance to mend ways, reach past Lyndon and Corey's increasing isolation, to forgive Goose, to give Ollie a chance to be the young adult he is. There was a mock battle. Unbeknownst to us, there were real mercenaries amongst the mix. One so giant, he crushed skulls in his hand. I tried to protect them, but all I got was a spear in my back for my troubles. Instead, poor Ollie had to step up. He transformed into this beautiful, savage beast, a wolf, and took a life, as did Lyndon and Corey. The looks on their faces. Goose, as always, was unscathed by the violence. He's good like that. And now that they are somewhat safe, and I am lying on a stretcher, I am writing this to you, clinging on to life. Maybe I do not need to write it, and I will see you in person to tell you these things. I hope if I do, I will finally forgive you for leaving us so soon, for leaving the scar across this family that I have been unable to stitch. I probably will. After all, I am your daughter. Yours, Juniper.
So with that happy thought out of the way, we resume after the Battle of High Hill, where our family had gone to celebrate and help reenact the Battle of Vogler, where the Lord Vogler and his people stood against the Starian armies that had threatened this land and had been victorious. And in this reenactment, treachery, betrayal, and death. In the thick of things, we found the family stuck between a rock and a hard place and making the difficult decision to take lives to survive. And as Juniper lays half dead, being brought back to town on the back of Junie the horse, with her father leading the horse along, and a somber silence, we rejoin the family as they near at the end of the hour-long walk, the mile away from High Hill back to Vogler, as they see the tavern, the commotion, and the town in the distance. They can see that the people are now milling about, the happiness, the thoughts, the joyfulness of the festival long gone. Banners torn down, people worrying, shouting, screaming for loved ones that don't always get answers. You can see Yalme, the innkeeper, cleaning up tables, cots and beds being brought in, outside, inside, as the skies split open and rain begins to pour down. It is a miserable sight. But people are trying their best to aid those that are wounded, those that are dead, those that are dying. These are villagers, these are commoners, these are farmers and peasants, these are tanners, fishermen. These are not fighters, at least not for a lot of them. And as the family approaches, there is disarray, there is commotion, and there is Yalme looking immediately to Goose, and she asks for help.
Goose is pretty singularly, pretty focused on Juniper, making sure she gets to medical help. But will be distracted if necessary.
There are cots and beds. There are a couple of them that are available. You see the tables inside the tavern have been... The food that she has prepared for the festival has been just grabbed and shoved off the side. And there are people that are being laid down with... You can see gash marks. You can see where daggers and spears and arrows have planted themselves in these people who are just out of breath. The color of their skin is gone. It's just the scent and the noises of people just crying, moaning in pain. The reality of this situation has very clearly sunk in, and you see that your dad has taken Juniper and is looking for a bed to lay her down in.
All right. What did you need?
I need you to focus. I need you to please grab some of these bandages, clean them, get water boiling, tend the fire, and then start dressing wounds. I've seen you before after scraps and scrapes. You know how to at least clean up some wounds, so find the easiest ones to deal with and clean that up. Can I count on you?
As she's speaking, he's rolling a cigarette. He's like, yeah, puts it in, lights it. Yep.
Okay, and
Just
she will automatically she will smack the cigarette out of your mouth.
Yep. That makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, all right.
These people can't breathe right now, so maybe we don't do that.
That does track. That
Okay.
makes sense.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Get to work.
And Goose gets to work.
I'm very much looking forward to Goose reenacting MASH.
Ollie, you have seen your sister hurt in battle. You have stood your ground. You have done exceedingly well. What are you doing in this moment?
Ollie hasn't left the side of Junie at all. He's quietly observing everyone and observed the interaction between Goose and so sorry, I forgot her name.
Yalme, the innkeeper. Yeah, it's fine.
Yalme, yeah. So, yeah, very, very cautious around everyone, even though everyone's sick and moaning and injured, still in combat mode, and is most protective of Junie.
Okay. So your dad will ask you for help to kind of get her off the horse and get her lying down in a cot inside of the inn.
I forgot to mention that Ollie hasn't taken off the mask. It is still in wolf form.
Okay.
So he's like stalking around and just waiting for someone to come at Junie or any of the other family members and will attack on sight.
So he's kind of like, give me a reason kind of vibe right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Twins. What are you two up to? You see your sister is being brought in from the horse. She's been lifted, walked to the best of her ability. She's breathing. She's just, injured and bleeding from where the spear pierced her in the back. There's blood all over her clothes. And she's being laid down very carefully by Ollie and your dad on a cot and starting to have her wound dressed and cleaned up.
Lyndon is watching Corey intensely for her reaction, trying to read her and predict what she needs. And he, I think, is being the stronger one of the two right now, I would say. And is occasionally offering her words of comfort of like, we can't think about that right now, or we're okay, we're safe, nobody can hurt us now, or they got what was coming to them, just things like that. And then sees Junie, and then sees Corey and knows that there's difficult relations there, and says she'll be okay, she'll pull through.
Yes, of course. It's fine. It's fine. We'll help.
Yes.
You're right. Think about it later. What are we doing?
As you guys are
just need
milling
to
about,
be there.
you see that not far behind you came Becklin. She's accompanied by the dwarf that you guys had seen before, who she has shackled because she's not sure what's happening. And the mayor is tagging along. Mayor Raven is with her as well. And you can see behind them, dragging along Godswin's brother, Garrett, who is dragging one of the soldiers, one of the mercenaries, who has been beaten. He has a swollen eye, he's got bruises, he's been gagged, and he's dragging him along, almost pulling him. You can see that the guy is bleeding from a number of wounds, and he is breathless as Becklin points to his spot. All right, we need to question him as to what's happening next. Come. I'm sorry, Cudgel. She looks to her dwarven friend, but we need a spot, please. She looks to Yalme. Upstairs. And they drag the dwarf, they drag the captured mercenary, and Garrett and the three of them just make their way upstairs. Becklin will lock eyes for a moment with the lot of you, with your dad, before she goes upstairs, as if to invite you to come along for the questioning.
I
is
imagine
like-
I'm just bedbound, right?
Junie,
I'm
you are like you're holding on. So your
probably
back
in
is
shock as well.
your back is burning. Like it is.
Yeah.
If you ever cut yourself, it is just on fire. You can feel the cold compress of somebody wiping down and dressing the wound as best they can. Your breathing is painful, but over the course of the next few, it's been an hour or so since you walked. Your constitution, your ability to kind of regroup. It's not the first time you're hurt. It's the first time you're this badly hurt. But in your youth, there was a moment where you got almost partially speared by a boar in one of the hunts that didn't go particularly well. It's very reminiscent of that. Ollie, if you're helping, I'm going to ask you to make a medicine check with you and your dad kind of trying to dress up.
So it's just Dad that's dressing
Okay.
it up, right?
All right.
Yeah, because
Yep.
Ollie's a
Yeah.
wolf.
Ollie's a wolf and doesn't want to change.
Oh, you're still...
Forgot
you-
about that.
Yeah,
your
so
wolf-
Ollie's...
Your wolf transformation lasts about an hour. So as you get closer to town, you can still have the mask on, but the wolf transformation
sure.
will have eventually switched back to you. It's up to
Right.
you what you want to do with it, though.
I think if he's still being a wolf, Goose sees that he probably has to go upstairs since the twins are kind of taking care of each other. He's gonna grab Ollie and just like by the scruff of his neck, kind of like not by the scruff of his neck, but like pick him up like a big, like a dog, like when you like pick him up by both their front leg, like their front legs and their back legs. He's gonna carry him back into the secluded corner. He's like, "All right, Ollie, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what this is, what it's for. It was helpful, but now it's not helpful. You know what's helpful? Not being like this. So can you not be like this for Junie, all right?"
You're going to hear a voice sort of echo in your mind as I connect with you telepathically. What happens if they attack us again?
Then we'll sort it out. But right now, she needs opposable thumbs, all right?
You might not be able to control it. It's a product of the mask. Mother's mask.
I would pull the mask off, but I don't know.
It doesn't...
If
No,
it's-
it's absorbed into him.
All right.
It's a transmutation thing.
Is it, Ollie? Do you have the mask when you transform into a wolf, or is the mask still embedded in your face? It's a decision that you can make.
Yeah, because we didn't describe it too much last week.
No,
did we?
it was just in the thick of battle. Are you like, you tell me?
No, I think it looks awesome that the mask is there, so we'll go with that.
Okay.
So it's a
you
wolf
can see
wearing a
that it's
mask.
got- yeah, you can see it's got like these roots or tendrils that sort of like penetrate the fur and into the skin, so it's almost like grafted on there.
Oh, so it's not
That's
like a
cool.
mask that somebody can
Yeah.
take off of you while you're a wolf. That's
Yeah, it's almost like a wolf with a wooden face.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's dope.
Yeah.
That is cool.
So then
I'm glad we all agree.
We all just take a moment to admire Ollie in this
That
dope
is-
ass form.
Super dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ow, my back.
All right.
So yeah,
Ollie.
Ooh.
Ollie will like just present the mask forward then.
All right. On 3, 1, 2, and then pause it.
And I'm guessing if I will it, the mask will start to
Yeah.
sort of like pull off and turn into that natural green magic light as it's pulled off and you're now holding it, Goose.
So, like, he holds
you're-
it for a second. Is like, putting on random magical items, not a great idea. Ollie tosses it at him with a smile, gives him a cheeky wink, and then continues, like boiling. He's probably gonna go upstairs to join in the thingo upstairs.
Ollie
you're-
will walk
interrogation.
over to Junie.
So your dad has rolled an 18 on his medicine check, just to not, and so he's done. You don't know, your dad doesn't really talk about his past too much. He's not an oversharer, but the calloused hands are very well practiced at dressing wounds. And he does an excellent job of field dressing, stemming the bleeding. He's grabbed some, what's sort of looking for it? Some
Like gauze or
thread.
something,
It's
or-
not exactly thread.
yeah.
I forget the word I'm looking for, but he's basically stitched your injury shut. He's removed any debris. He's cleaned it up really well. And you can take essentially you have the benefit of a short rest. So if you
Cool.
if you want to regenerate some hit points and get your stuff in, you sure can.
Ollie's gonna walk up to Father and just like, I'm gonna reach out my hand over the wound, and you're going to see motes of green light start to drift off the palm, the open palm. I'm going to place my hand on the wound and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay, you cast Cure Wounds in the. All right, then with that, everybody, how discreet or how not discreet are you with this?
The Cure Wounds?
Yeah,
It's on full display.
full display. You hear gasps come from across the room. So this is a thing that you living maybe in your farm is not a thing that would have come up very often. You guys are pretty inured from the world. The twins would know this. The rest of you maybe less so. Healing magic, true healing magic, has not been seen in the world of Kryn in 300 years. The gods, having gone so long ago, religions have sprouted and fallen apart on the back of charlatan clerics promising divine healing, magical healing, and always, forever, lies, never materializing. And here in the heart of this inn, the Brass Crab, in a meaningless fishing village in the heart of nowhere, this Eladrin, this tall, gangly teenager, summons forth magic that has not been seen in many ages. And you can hear the gasps of the people around. You see people immediately beside you drop to their knees and reach out for you. Before Yalme calls out, just whatever you just did, we can sort out later, but do it to the others. They need your help. And then we'll figure whatever the hell just happened, please.
Lyndon turns to Corey and says in twin speak, I think it was really a god.
Yeah. Ollie, Ollie, are you okay?
Yes.
People are pawing at you. Please, please, my son, he's dying. Can you help him, please?
All right,
Ollie
stop.
reaches-
There needs to
Ollie
be
reaches
some
them up.
sort of order to this. Who is in most dire need of help?
Everybody shouts, me.
We can only do this once at a time.
Well, my son, he took his sword through the lung. He can barely breathe, please.
Junie,
And beside that, you have somebody else calling. My daughter, her leg. And everybody's just reaching out and trying to grab at Ollie. Like,
I'm
it's kind of
Junie.
chaotic and messy down here at this point.
I just like want to kind of get in front of him, still covered in blood.
Mhm.
Everyone stand back. He doesn't even know how he did it the first time. He thinks he can only do it once more.
Make an
Am I
intimidation roll,
able to
please.
do-
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got fuck all in it, but hey, never hurts to try. Except when it does. That's a 13.
Nice. As you shout out, your dad will stand up beside you as well. And you, on the back of the horse, when you were lying down, it occurs to you that you're lying on something that was bundled up. And he undoes the bundle. And he, very rarely have you ever seen him with a weapon. But this is an old weapon that he's had for a long time, that he pulls his double-headed axe and puts it on his shoulder, standing to the fullest that he can. Your dad used to be very, very tall. In his age, he stooped a little bit. And he kind of gives everybody a glare without saying much of anything. And you see them take a step back. Just then help one of us. I'll give you money. I'll give you my farm. Just help me. Help him. And they're pleading with you.
Am I able to do like a perception check to see, if there's anyone
Sure, you and Ollie can
Who's
both give me a medicine check to
just
see.
on the edge,
Yeah, if you want, both of you can give me a check.
That is an 18.
Okay.
12.
Nice. Between the two of you, both of you kind of spot the same person. There's the person that's by themselves. Nobody to advocate for them. They're pale as a table, or my table, which is very white. And their breathing has slowed down to a crawl. They're not talking. It's the quiet ones you have to be looking out for. And that table has gone very, very quiet.
I will just kind of like touch Ollie on the shoulder and point to that bed. Do you think you can do it one more time?
I can try, Judy. I'll try. Please,
Don't-
excuse me.
People are parting, and it's just like touching you as if they're touching a holy person.
I'll make my way over and stand over the person. What do they look like?
They look like they are, yeah, there's the heartbeat is the faintest thing. It's still there, but they are very much fading.
Ollie is going to look down at his palm and then try to summon that nature magic again. That light starts to paint across the palm and then is going to just like make contact. I hope this helps.
Okay, and you cast Cure Wounds?
Yeah.
Immediately they sputter up and cough, sitting upright, and again people around you are just flabbergasted about what they're seeing. Yalmi claps her hands. All right, enough! The show's over. Tend to your friends, tend to your family. If this wasn't here, you'd still be helping them, so help them. And with this, she nods to you with her thanks. And you can hear upstairs there's a little bit of commotion as questioning is happening. So as you two down here are sort of dealing and people are asking for help, like dressing wounds and looking after them, Lyndon and Corey, what are you two doing?
Sorry, you go.
Corey sees this happening and is gonna run upstairs.
Lyndon will go after immediately. And when he catches up, he just says, "Is this going to be a problem?"
No! Freaking Ollie, the miracle child!
Yeah, of course, I know. He gets everything given to him, and he just. But you know, the gods are fickle. All of the stories told about how fickle they were. They'll give, and they'll take away, and nobody knows why. Nobody knows why. One day he'll lose it all again, and then he'll get it all, and he'll lose it all, and we won't lose what we've got, Corey. We've worked for it. We know how our powers are made. We know exactly the ins and outs of exactly why they work, the intricacies of everything. He just waves his hand and it happens. He doesn't know why. He doesn't know the extent of it. Yes, he gets given everything, but would you not rather be us? Would you not rather be the people who know why we have everything?
I don't want to be the person who murdered 3 people.
Lyndon will reach out and grab Corey and pull her into a hug. You didn't
Well, our
murder.
brother
You didn't
gets to
murder
play
anyone.
some
You
hero.
protected. You protected yourself. You protected me. You protected our family. We didn't murder. There is a difference between killing and murder.
I set Goose's blouse on fire.
The one you're wearing. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Corey casts prestidigitation and takes off the makeup that Goose put on her.
Okay.
You did what you had to do, and you did it well. They were going to kill you. You know that. They tried.
Yeah. Seeing people worship at the feet of Ollie. Knowing what we've just done.
Yeah.
Anyway, I couldn't stand to be. Let's just go find Goose and sort this out, the interrogation.
Yes. Yeah. I agree. We're okay.
As you guys, there is a room nearby, and you can hear the door is open, It leads into a small hallway that opens into a slightly quieter room. This is obviously Yalmi's bedroom up here. They've taken a chair, they've set in the middle of the chamber. And in this room, in the bed, or on the bed rather, is sitting Cudgel, the dwarf. In the center, the chair, bound and gagged, is that mercenary. And Garrett is standing in the corner, and he's pacing back and forth. Godswin Younger's brother. You see Becklin is looking. She seems, for the first time that you've ever seen her, Goose, she seems really almost shook for a moment. She's taking deep breaths, and when she sees you out there, and the twins not far behind you...
I'm not going to actually step in yet, just FYI.
Oh, okay, yeah, she's fair enough. She's looking, and you could then, if none of you are in there, she is breathing deep. She's trying to steady herself. The mask of the ineffable sort of unquestioning or unquestionable guard, keeper, protector of the town has broken for a moment. You can see that there are... The stress of it is kind of getting to her for just a moment. There are a few tears in the corner of her eyes before she wipes them away. She nods to herself. And then she starts a conversation. And if you guys are still outside, you can't hear her as she's talking to the dwarf.
Yeah.
Goose, what are you doing?
Just outside. If Corey and Lyndon come up, he's like, hey, I got a harebrained scheme if you want in. I think it'll work more than beating the shit out of this guy. As much as I would like that also.
Yes, hit me with it.
Okay, I need one person to distract Becklin and the others in there. I need another. Which one of you can, is very sneaky? Do you have magics that make you invisible? Would be great, but...
I'm pretty... I'm working on that, but it's... I'm pretty spent. The fight took it out of us. We had to use a lot of energy. All right. I can do minor things, but I can make a loud noise if that's all you need. I can get them out of the room for sure.
Just get them out of the room. Keep them talking for a bit. Maybe Corey, if you could be outside, ready to track.
Track what?
Track our mercenary. And then he gives Lyndon the go ahead.
Very well. I'll walk in and say, Becklin, sorry, important. I need to speak with you immediately. It's urgent.
What? You are Lyndon, yes?
Yes. Behind his back, he is doing the somatic components of minor illusion.
Okay.
And he is going to make the sounds of a ruckus downstairs, like people panicking about something and starting to move. It's coming from him obviously, but it sounds like it's coming from downstairs because it's just a minor illusion.
Make a performance check.
Wonderful. Not too bad. 16, nice.
Okay, I rolled a 15. She sighs. Garrett, don't let him out of your sight. You see that the prisoner is gagged.
You should probably come to. It's really an all hands on deck situation here.
Fine.
If he's bound and gagged, he's not going anywhere.
You stay in here. You watch he's bound and gagged like a fishing net. Stay here. Okay. Don't let him out of your sight.
Yes, 100%.
And you watch as she sort of shoulders past. Garrett, come. And with this, she will make her way down the stairs, and you can hear her as she starts to shout. Like a parent before seeing what's happening, starts to shout. What is it that you're all up to? Will you stop it? And she leaves
Goose is going to tell Corey. He's like, hey, can you tell Lyndon to sell a hit in 3 seconds? Okay, in your spooky fucking mind language.
Spooky mind language.
Corey will use message and relay the information to Lyndon.
All right.
Okay.
Goose.
You don't see any movement, and I just go.
What? Okay, I don't. All right.
I let him know.
There's been Goose has been disguising himself. He is proficient in disguise kits. So he's just just making sure he doesn't look like he was on the battlefield.
Sure.
Maybe some bits of burnt blouse from Corey. He is going to slip into the room, walk up behind Linden.
You'll be damn lucky that I'm not going to kill you right here when I've got the chance. I'm saying to the guy. After
Slips
what you
down
did to
behind
my
him,
brothers.
grabs him around the neck, and then like hits him with the back of the elbow. Not actually, but just like hit, and then like drops him slowly to the ground.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go limp and pretend I've been knocked out.
All right, this is next level acting. Is this theater level acting? Is this like local troupe level act? Let's find out. Let's do a performance. Let's do a little you have risk
This is-
control.
This
Very
is
cloudy.
almost Oscar level acting. I got a 19 performance.
Nice.
19.
Oh,
Is there any
shit.
advantage or anything?
No, because it's brilliant. But the dwarf is there watching all of this as well, so she's your audience.
Okay, that is a 11.
Okay, so between the 1911 30, yeah, the prisoner who's watching, like his back is partially turned, he hears a thump. He as you sort of drop and get dragged behind, you've established risk control. You take out Lyndon out of the room, and the prisoner is looking up and he's nodding to you. You
I
can
close the door. I lock it.
The dwarf is sitting there. She's perfectly still. She knows she gets what's happening, and she's not saying anything.
I gesture to the dwarf to maybe like get under the bed or like get hidden if she can.
She will scooch back as best she can, but she's not going to not watch what's happening.
I'm happy for her to watch. I just don't want him to see.
Okay.
So I walk up and I start untying the bonds, and I'm like, "You didn't say anything, did you?" I grab him around the throat and I'm like, "You did not say anything, did you?" Because I'm gonna have to kill you if you did.
Is he
You
still bound
understand
to the
that,
mouth? Is he still
Yeah,
gagged?
I pull the mouth down.
I didn't say anything. You know what they would do to me if I told them anything? They would just gut me. No, I didn't say anything. These stupid villagers, these peasants, they can't threaten me.
And Blythus didn't tell you. You didn't get any orders from Blythus.
No, I don't know Lathis, but Dragonlance didn't. No. There's nothing. He paid me. He paid all of us. No, I've got my money. I don't care now. Let's get out of here. Let's just go and spend. Let's go spend that steel.
Okay, you should have been given at least from Dragonlance. Was that your lead?
Yeah, the enormous half ogre. Yeah, he went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you should have been given a rally point to meet up with others, right?
Yeah, he said that when he went west in the woods to find the Merc camp where he got the money, when he came back with it, he said once we were done, then we were going to go back there. But his plan, I mean, you remember, he told us he wanted to take over Vogler and then give it up to the army and then just retire into the darkness.
The army, that's going to happen, right?
But I mean, yeah.
Really? You're believing that lie?
I haven't seen them, but where did he get all that steel? He had thousands of steel accumulated that he was handing out. This doesn't just fall out of the sky. Let me out of here. Come on.
Yeah. He unties the ropes. He's like, okay, your rally point was where?
The same as yours. We were supposed to take care of it.
We were in separate platoons. We had separate rally points.
Make a deception check.
Oh god, I hope this goes well. Oh, this is such a good idea.
I only rolled a dirty 20.
Hey, ditto,
I'm
Twinner.
gonna roll for the soldier here. Let's see what he gets.
Some of that Dodo Twino.
Oh, a
Nothing.
dirty 10.
Dirty 10.
He looks to you. Right, well, okay, the plan is, so Dragonlance left to the Merc camp. He returned with just a horde's value of steel. Then he paid us to attack the others doing the reenactment. Then he wanted us to raid Vogler. And I think he wanted us after that to follow him out west. Once we prepared the place, let them know that they can come here. That's the rally point, was always he was going to go join up with whoever paid him and then come back and take the town.
Right.
Well, look, if you're ready, let's kill the dwarf. right? She was on the list. That's gonna be
Yeah,
extra
yeah.
steel for you and me. Come on, do you have a? I don't have any of my weapons.
Do you still have the list? Did you get given a list?
No, he told us the dwarf was one of the important ones because Kajul, she was trash. She was always pushing us. This is our chance to take revenge.
Yeah.
You don't want
But
revenge?
I got burnt. He gestures to the burnt bits of the blouse. He's like, I got burnt up. I just still don't have the list. Who else is on the list?
Well, all the ones that weren't loyal to Dragonlance that he didn't pay off, the ones loyal to her, and he points to Cudgel, the dwarf. She never would have agreed to any of this, but doesn't matter. They don't know. They're gonna hang her or whatever. But we can kill her now. Come on, give me a dagger. Give me something. She's defenseless. Look at her.
Cool. And then he just grabs him and just puts him back into the chair.
All right, make an attack roll. You didn't unbind his hands, right? Or did you?
I think I did.
Okay,
You didn't say that you were untying him.
All right,
Yeah,
you
you
catch
did.
him by surprise as you go to headbutt him.
Back with advantage?
That is a 13.
13 as he stands there. Let me double check. 13 as he has no shield. His armor's been stripped mostly off of him. You head up, butt him. Roll a d4 damage for me, please.
I'm gonna break this guy's nose.
Yeah.
That is, and my strength modifier?
Yep.
That is 5 points of damage.
With this, as you bash
Not too
his
shabby.
nose in, you watch as he immediately his nose and his mouth, his sinuses fill with blood as he what are you doing? He falls back down onto the chair. You have a
Grab
chance
his
as
wrist, pull
Yeah.
him back, and then tie him back up.
what the fuck are you doing? Let go. What are you doing?
You
As,
suck at this, dude. He just leaves.
and he's just like
Yeah,
he's
I'll
he's
stand
sputtering.
up and be like, "You're really just the most stupid moron that I've seen in a long time."
Yeah, get him, Lyndon. He helps
Schmack.
Lyndon back up to his feet.
Becklin! I'll go up to the door and be like, Becklin! It's sorted. You can come back up here.
Cudgel is looking at you and she lifts her shackles to you as if to like, okay, let me go now.
Yeah, it's fine. I fixed.
Okay.
Her
So
shackles.
Becklin comes back up, Garrett behind her. She's like, all right. She puts a hand on Goose, on Lyndon and Corey if you're still out there. Your brother, something strange happened. You may need to sort it out. He's being kind of mobbed downstairs. I've created some space for him, but
Yes.
it's what? And then she looks past you. What just happened?
We got information from him. The half ogre was named Dragonus. He got thousands of steel from a mercenary camp.
Out west.
Out west.
Yeah, we recount the rest of the info.
Yeah, exposition cantrip.
Ooh, you get that as a cantrip?
That's a thing that I created for my games.
Perfect.
It's an in-game in my games that people just go and exposition cantrip. Everybody knows what I know. We don't have to actually know that.
I love it.
I love making characters do it. I'll wait.
Let's see what you remember.
Yeah.
How well do you pass on this information?
Oh man, that comes in so much handy when you as a GM forget your notes. Oh, you didn't remember the poem leading you to the treasure?
Well, I guess you'll.
Well, that's it. I guess you don't know it. Can I roll an intelligence check to see if I remember it?
No.
No, you
No.
can't.
Should have written it down.
Should've-
Your brain hurts thinking about it.
Oh,
But I
no.
said I wrote it down in character. Oh, crap.
Well,
It's the book.
Ooh, magic paper! Easy!
The book was a mimic.
Anything
the
to
paper-
avoid
the ink was a
admitting you
mimic.
just don't have your
Everything
notes.
was a mimic. With this, Becklin looks so. Are you sure about this? She sees the blood kind of running. She gives you a look, Goose. She's like, I did not want to harm him. Okay. And she looks
I
to
didn't
Cudgel.
harm him much.
She looks to Cudgel after what you've recounted. She'll pull the key and undoes her shackles. And she tells her, I'm sorry, friend. I needed to make sure. Cudgel doesn't say anything past that. And she gets up. She nods for a second without saying much. And then she makes a bull rush towards her old merc. Do you let her go through? Becklin tries to stop her, but you watch the squat dwarf who's built like a tank You can realize that she let herself be arrested. She was nicked in the middle of the fight, right? She took an injury to the neck.
Yeah.
It's been mended and sort of, there's a bandage on it, and it's been sort of wrapped around, but she puts the shoulder in and she gets ready to charge at this guy who's sitting in the chair.
I'm gonna let it happen.
Yeah,
Not that.
Goose lets.
Lyndon couldn't stop this if he even if he
He's not
wanted
gonna stand in
to.
the way of
Perfect.
revenge.
So you watch as Cudgel shoves Becklin aside, runs up to the merc in there, and grabs him by the throat with her dwarven hands, and she lifts him and the chair along with him. She doesn't say anything, but you hear her teeth grinding. I'm gonna roll a D100 to see if she squeezes or not. She's of 2 minds.
Do you see how many percentage she squeezes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She squeezes 73%.
100%. She just turns. It's
51?
like
Yeah.
So
Two-faced.
51 on 50 or above, she lets him live. On 50 or 50, so 51, she squeezes just to the edge of him. She lets him pass out, but she does not kill him before she drops him back down. You don't deserve it. You haven't earned it. And she will walk downstairs and leaving him behind, but she's angry. Becklin will follow her down below, and Garrett's like, but where's my brother? Ask him where my brother is. You didn't find out where he is. And he looks like desperately at you. Wake him back up. Can you wake him back up? Can you do something? Wake him up.
Godswin. Lyndon doesn't know his name. Godswin. Your brother's the one that was with Becklin.
Yeah,
other day.
she sent him last night. We were expecting
I
we
haven't seen him
these
all day.
because we were expecting these Salamnian knights to show up, and they never did. 3 of them, and so Becklin sent him out looking in the woods because she figured maybe they got lost. And if there's an army out there and this happened, where is he?
Oh.
And he walks up to the guy and starts kicking him in the ribs. Wake up!
Hey, whoa.
Where's my brother? And he's just like kicking at him.
Goose lets him get like 1 or 2 in, and then he drags him off.
Sure.
He's like, look, you Godswin's brother?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and move past that fact. Listen, if Godswin went out to the forest, we saw some Salamnian knights killed out there. I assume he's talking about the same. Like I double checked the information. It was the same direction we came from.
Yeah.
We saw some knights killed out there. So if he's out there, I mean, we took care of what killed them, but there might be more out there. This guy's not going to have any more information than we need. We know where the camp is. We'll be heading out there pretty soon. I say we in a general sense, by the way. I got other stuff to do, but like, you know.
I got plans.
When are you going? Can I come with you?
What's this guy look like?
He's pretty scrawny. He's about probably Ollie's age. He's like an 18, 19-year-old kid. He's got scruffy straw blonde hair. He seems well-meaning. Like, this is his first... He was at the Battle of High Hill. He helped. He brought bodies back. He brought the merc who he captured. This is the same merc, by the way, you recognized for a moment that Ollie scared when he went wolf form and sort of he ran off. At some point, that guy got knocked out and dragged back. So it's a good thing he left somebody alive. And he seems genuine in his concern for his brother.
Well, you know when to run away. That's a very good attribute, one that you and your brother share, actually. Listen, if you really want to come, you can come. But if you do, well, be prepared to do less running away.
All right, I'll... What do we do with this guy? They all left, and it's just the guy on the ground with like a few broken ribs, broken nose.
Why does everyone keep asking me questions about things?
I'll take care
I don't
of it.
know. He's gonna go to prison, I guess.
I'll take care of it. There's a shed.
I imagine they'll get the death penalty at the very least for this.
He picks up the merc. He picks up the merc, and then he will sort of carry him, drag him. He's pretty strong for his age, and he will bring him down. And he tells you that there is a shed, an outhouse that he can use as sort of like a makeshift prison
Imagine this
until
dude
they
tied
decide.
to a chair. He's dragging that chair down the stairs, and the dude's like,
Why are we taking another teenager with us?
"Look,
He's going to die if we take him.
yeah, but if
At least
It
Ollie
was-
can transform into a wolf now. But
sure,
another one?
look, if Lyndon was carted away by random monsters, you would want the opportunity to go.
Yes, but I can defend myself.
Yeah, well, he may surprise us, and
What
he
is-
can also carry things, which I don't want to carry. So,
Goose. Can I ask who is this man's brother that you have a problem with?
Godswin, he's a
Godswin?
dipshit. He is a bucket of hair. Like, honestly, he's not a great guy, but we're going 2% for him, 98% to see what happened to
Like
Ted.
just because he's arrested you a few times for being drunk, or what?
Arrested me. You know what he got me on? He got me on littering because he couldn't get me on the fact that I broke into. Look, it's not important what I did. He's a dork, King Dork of Dork Island.
I'm
We
just
are gonna go
surprised
at-
that you and Junie both dislike him. I would assume that if you
But-
disliked him, Junie would.
You,
Dunno.
you should probably you could ask her about that one. Probably.
Did they have a romantic thing?
What? I wouldn't know.
Sounds like
Either
Oh.
way,
it didn't end well.
I couldn't.
I didn't know Junie
I don't-
had romantic entanglements.
I haven't said anything, and yet I've said too
He
much.
he left her.
Couldn't.
Or did
couldn't
she
tell
break
you.
up with him?
Couldn't tell you if it was the first one for sure,
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I.
but
picked
couldn't
up on.
tell you.
not surprising.
Couldn't say. Don't know. So
Right, you are.
we're catching up. How you two holding up, by the way, with the whole murdering people thing?
We didn't murder anybody, Goose. It was a difference between self-defense and cold-blooded murder. It was war. They were going to kill us. It was kill or be killed. There's a very big difference between killing and murder.
Okay, how are you doing with that then?
Fine. Should we go?
Fine.
Sounds fine. Alrighty. Good thing we got that cleaned and locked away. Just gonna repress that right into the back of the old cerebellum, huh?
Maybe I should ask
Hey.
Junie about this boy that she was dating that
Maybe
you've
you
told
should.
us all the details
I'll
about.
be elsewhere when that happens.
So down below there is Ollie, Junie. You see Cudgel makes her way down. She is freed from her shackles. Becklin not far behind her, and she turns around in the middle of the common room and essentially says, "I'm gonna get on my horse. I'm gonna head out, and I'm gonna go check on my people. Make sure that whatever he said is true. If some of them are still loyal to me, if they're not unsafe, I've got to go." And Becklin nods her head. You watch as Cudgel looks around, grabs her things, and not a moment later, the horse that goes off in the distance as she's making her way back to Merc Camp, just to double check on who might be in trouble there, who might not be. She wants to validate the information. Leaving Becklin behind in the common room full of alien people, she gets to work. Ollie, you've been given space when she came earlier, yelling at people. She thought there was some kind of commotion, but, people are sort of behaving at this point. Juniper, Ollie, what are you both doing in this, over the next couple of hours? There's not a whole lot happening other than tending and mending to people. So is there anything that you particularly want to do over the course of the beginning of the evening into, like, say, midnight, 1 a.m.?
At some point, I'd like to check in with Junie.
There's enough space
I
here,
think-
and there's enough
yeah.
quiet place for you to do that, sure.
I think as well, as soon as she, it might not be so quick, because as soon as she was on her feet, she's probably thrown herself into work. Especially to kind of like get people away from Ollie, becoming a kind of station master of,
Like a triage.
this person needs fresh bandages. This person needs your highest priority. What are you people doing clustered around? There are sick people everywhere. Go.
Give me a general
Um,
charisma check.
Oh man.
You're bossing people around. Let's see how much they want to listen right now.
I wish you could boss people away, like around with like wisdom. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'll give you the choice
what I
to
mean?
either you can either do
Look how wise I am.
you can try to convince them with your charisma, or you can try to as a show of strength. So it'll allow you either strength or charisma to make your check with. It's up to you. You can intimidate them
Okay.
into obedience, or try to be more convincing.
Strength much better for you, Ranger.
Use a lot of strength for that bow.
Either way, it's a 7, so
Nice.
I imagine things are hectic.
Yeah, it's hectic. Whenever you talk, if Ollie echoes what you say, people are more. You realize that people are more keen to listen to the one who has the healing magic than the one who's essentially got stabbed in the back and doesn't really have much to show for it. So it's up to you two to sort it out. Some people, as they're being cured or like at least getting better, will be leaving the cots. You watch their family members pick them up and walk them back to their own homes because they rest better at home. Some people want the warmth, and not everybody's leaving. Very few people are leaving, and it occurs to you that are down here, there's no role needed for this. It's a very human or elven or mortal reaction to want to be around people in times of panic. They feel more secure in a group, so they're sort of staying even though maybe they're healed. Some of them are not hurt at all and just out of habit are going to the bar and ordering drinks, and Yalme, because for a sense of normalcy, is providing alcohol and wine, and people are sort of milling about. It's just very quiet, save for the occasional, moan or cry of pain, but things are getting sometimes sadly quieter, and sometimes louder as people are getting better. But over the course of the next few hours, some people make it, some people don't, and it is a very sobering reality down here. But there is enough time for both of you to find a quiet moment as your dad is walking around looking after people, doing his best for the moment, until he settles in the corner, kind of seemingly exhausted.
Just as one minor thing, Lyndon is going to sit down and have a short rest and do an arcane recovery, so he's got a spell slot back.
Yep.
And then he's going to ritual cast Unseen Servant and just tell this invisible spectre to just assist downstairs, and it's going to go around and like fold bandages and clean cloths and just do menial tasks around the place as an unseen servant.
So barring anything dramatic you guys choosing to do, there will be enough time for a long rest between the end of the high hill battle and like before the morning comes. There'll be about 4 hours of rest, 8 hours without like intense work, so you guys will be able to squeeze in a long rest here. But yeah, okay, so thank you. Good to know that there's like this invisible force walking around or lifting bandages and helping
out. Yeah.
Goose is just cooking. Like he just like sneaks into the kitchen and cooks a massive amount of food, mostly fried potato, just as much grease as he can get his hands on, and is just making sure that people have food to eat.
Nice. You end up making like a hearty potato stew that will stick to the ribs, fills the place up with, nice smells of garlic and spices. Cook half-ass. It's nice, and it's warm, and it's comforting. So Junie and Ollie, I guess.
Yeah,
so
I
as you're
imagine
directing,
she's just kind of like, directing flow, having this like increasing frustration of people cluttering around bedsides and not listening. And at some point, I think the pain in her back is just gonna get to her, and at some point, she's just gonna kind of almost like stumble a little bit.
Yeah, Ollie will
holding
come
onto
over
a bed frame
and try and help you bear the weight, but also grab your hand.
It's okay. There are people who are more hurt here than me.
Junie, maybe we should go.
Oh, where? There are people here who need help.
Home.
Home? Where are our siblings? They're here, aren't they?
Take our siblings with us.
I doubt many of them will want to head back to the farm.
Why? This is not our fight.
Let's go get you some.
Junie, I don't want to see anyone else get hurt. And I don't want to lose anyone. We should go.
Sweet
It's
boy.
5.
Let's get some food and drink in you.
No!
You've
We are
Ollie,
in great danger. This is dangerous.
Ollie, look around. These people are hurt. And when people are hurt, they need others to tend to them. There may be a time, again, in future, when the people we love are hurt. But we need the resolve to stick it out and be there for them, so that in turn someone can be there for us.
When we were suffering, we had to look after ourselves.
If everyone thought like that, Ollie, where on earth would we be? You looked out for us. You looked out for me. I wouldn't be here if not for our family. Look at all those people who are looking to you when you healed that child. You gave them hope, and hope is a mighty powerful thing. You don't want to let them down.
I don't care about them. I care about you and our siblings and father.
Okay. Well then, why don't you help your sister get to one of those tables over there and order us some stew? That would be the biggest help, Ollie. Please?
I can do that.
Good. And I'll kind of lean against him, allowing him to bear some of my weight.
Okay.
Okay. Easy does it. Yep. Just a bit slower than that.
One of the militia members of the town who was, participating at the high hill battle, who was dressed in like his best warrior gear, who was, protecting the town, who's deep in his drink at this point, kind of walks behind you and claps you on the back, Juniper, he's like, oh, thanks to you, elves are good for something. Everyone, they helped us. Yeah, you guys.
Get your hand off my sister now.
Ollie, it's okay.
This one, he turned into a wolf. I swear I didn't dream it, and you guys killed all these bad guys. Oh my gosh, it was incredible. Paladine, bless you all. It must have felt
good. We just did what we
good.
needed to do.
It must have felt amazing to kill those people that were just like, I didn't do anything, but
You know what?
What?
If you'd like to help us out,
Yeah.
I'm sure my brother would love something steaming and hot. You can get a drink delivered to our table.
You want me to take a shit?
I'm done here. Ollie, let's go to a table.
All right. With this, the guy who's
Jesus
drunk
Christ.
is like steaming hot. Is the only thing that comes up on his mind. It isn't long
I was
before
thinking tea, but
he's drunk. What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
Yalme eventually brings out drinks and food to the lot of you. Go ahead.
Just unless you have something, I was just going to say before too much time has passed, Goose wants to have a chat to everyone.
Yeah. So as the sort of the inn quiets down, people are somber. Some people are kind of in the corner. You see there's a group of like mercenaries or like militia people who are protecting the town who are dressed up, who are kind of talking in hushed tones. Some of them are clapping each other on the back. I got 2 of them. I got 1 of them. Dude, I don't know. That felt pretty crazy. And they're talking like I was scared shitless. I mean, I wasn't scared up. I knew it would be fine, because I'm badass. And they're just sort of like talking each other up in their little corner. But through that bravado, you can tell that nobody was fearless. A lot of them were just genuinely scared. The scariest thing that they'd have ever faced was like a big fish that was pulling really hard on the line.
That can be scary.
But, you know, there's enough time as people are kind of milling about. They're just here because they don't know where else to be. Your dad is still sitting in the corner, kind of somber, drinking, you know, sort of watching you guys be together, separating, you know. So what do you... There's enough place for all of the Hartmans to be together, or you guys can go your own separate ways. What would you want to do?
Goose is going to try and give like a... and get everyone to sit down for a second together.
Do you want Garrett there as well, or is it just you guys?
No Garrett.
Okay. And do you want your dad there or no?
Garrett wants to sit with us and we just palm him in the face.
Just push his face.
Palm him in the face and just push him away.
He's like leaning
Family
into the
only.
frame. He's like, oh, no.
You guys, is this a group meeting? Is this the...
Blood only,
No.
kid.
Do we have a team name yet? Do we have a team name?
Is
It's
this a
Hartman
stand-up?
and you're not in it.
I could be Garrett Hartman. So sure, you
No,
guys
you
find
cannot.
you find a spot. There's a table, and Yalma makes sure that you guys are left alone.
Okay,
Well,
I'm going to suggest something that's going to sound crazy, but is actually a smart idea.
okay.
Let's break into Cassandra's mansion.
Mm-hmm.
She was part of this raid. She's probably not there now. And if she is, she's probably destroying whatever evidence is there. We probably left it late enough as it is.
She ran away during the fight. She's probably already home. And what do you mean by evidence?
I don't know. All these people with cabals and secret cults and stuff, they have evidence. They have those weird daggers that go like this. That's evidence enough, honestly.
Okay. I don't see why this would be a good idea at all, nor why we should really care.
She was involved.
Was
Can
she?
I get clarification from the DM
Yes.
as to what we noticed of her involvement? Because
So
she
what
didn't
you
attack
saw-
us directly.
She was
No,
not
she didn't.
involved.
She
She
attacked
attacked the
Yes.
mercenaries, right?
Yeah,
She was
she-
on our side.
Yeah.
Now that you're recalling that little bit of information that you have a moment to think about, because everything happened quickly, make both of you, Lyndon and Corey, make intelligence checks, please. And it could be history if you're
My strong
proficient.
suit. Here we go. History. If I am proficient, that's a 17.
Nice.
18.
Oh, of course.
Have to be better.
Of course. Always got to be one better.
One better.
You remember your time back at school, and you remember your time in the battle, and there she stood. Every time you have seen Cassandra, she has... And you thought it was an affectation, but it never quite matched. The jewelry that she wears is opulent. It is, you know, very visible. It's there in your face. And when she went to cast that spell that you had not seen before, when you heard her speak the language of what you presume to be the devils and the demons, you're not sure, some kind of broken voice that came out of her that is not meant to come out of a mortal's throat. You remember now distinctly this necklace around her neck just flaring with like almost black flames that she pulled from before she cast this eldritch bolt at this creature. You know that she flunked out of school.
Yeah.
You know she's not that capable. Something happened, whether it's from the items she's wearing or something else, but absolutely 100% she was not targeting you. She wasn't targeting your sister. She was 100% targeting whatever that soldier was, and she was trying to defend herself, and she ran for fear of her life.
Goose, look, I will be the second to last to defend Cassandra on any day. But I do have to say that she was fighting with us against the mercenaries. She ran for her life like a coward, of course, but she wasn't part of the attack. Her family have got other things going on. Very powerful magic items and things, it seems. Maybe even pacts with certain things. She used magic that we certainly weren't taught at school.
No.
In fact, Corey, did you notice that she wasn't wearing the insignia? I have a feeling she
Yeah.
might have flunked.
I think she flunked out of school.
You saw that too. I
Yes.
think she's flunked. I don't think she's getting her magic from the same sources that we do.
It would explain why she was so drunk.
Yes, that would explain it. So as far as I mean, if you want to go ahead with any sort of attack on the Gervers, I would espouse caution. They are very dangerous and have already caused ruin to our family for the last 4 years or so.
It's a stupid idea to go back, Goose, especially since you've already got a ring from them.
Yeah, it's more. Look, if they're gonna, the Gerber families are already against us. I feel like shying away from them isn't gonna help none. They're not gonna get over it, and they're certainly not gonna get over this when they find out.
I
So
don't think
you-
we need to wage civil war with a highly influential family, especially when we've literally just come back from one. Can we just all please take a moment and maybe have a meal together without discussing crimes or how we're going to attack someone? It's not something we should be getting into the habit of doing.
I need help with this.
With what, Goose? You can tell us. We're your siblings.
The ring. When I got the ring, it wasn't just me. It was the whole band was in on it. We're not just a band. It wasn't just about the music. We were pulling some jobs. And one of them went bad. It went really bad. This one. And Finch, I don't know what happened to her. She was there 1 second and gone the next. But I have semi-reliable, mostly concrete word that she could potentially still be there. And that's
Yes, that was a lot of modifiers to that.
the most solid thing I've had in the last month or 2 or 3.
How long? Wait, how long has it been since you?
How long? Let me... GM? How long?
Since the job, it was just before you came back home. So about a month, maybe 2 weeks before that.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you guys
So-
are talking in your corner of the table, by the way, I want to highlight 2 things. One, when you say that Finch is gone, your dad's eyes kind of light up at the name of Finch because he really liked her. And you see his eyes kind of grow sad at the mention of what you said, that he's listening in, right? And he's just drinking
Yeah.
quietly. And 2, coming in is a figure that you guys is your sort of heebie-jeebie senses kind of go off for a second. You see somebody kind of walk in. You can notice when somebody's being boisterous and loud, but the lot of you are now sort of also accustomed to people trying to be discreet because you've had to be discreet in your life before. Being an Eladrin or an elf in this world is not always an easy thing, and this person is intentionally trying not to draw the eye, which immediately kind of draws your eye. I want the 5 of you to please make perception checks.
Oh, I am rolling well tonight. That is a 15.
Okay?
I don't think I've rolled below a 10 yet.
6.
Very good. A strong 6, though? A strong 6?
It's
That-
actually kind of a weak 6. It's on the lower side.
That's an 18 for me.
Nice.
Ollie got a 21.
Very good.
16.
Oh, of course, Ollie.
Of course.
Ollie's doing better. Of course he is.
Not a competition, guys.
Ollie's
I
the
rolled.
best.
I got a 16.
Ollie is the best. Ollie, I'm going to give you like 5 free levels in a minute. Relax. Just wait for it. Ollie's level 20 and everybody else is like level 1. Ollie, you're the first one to notice them. And you catch the glint of the necklace and the jewelry that is exposed for a moment as walking in covered in a cowl and sort of trying to be discreet is Cassandra. She walks in, walks up to Yalme, hands over a small bag. The Yalme doesn't look all that impressed. She leaves the bag there and then turns around.
Ollie's
Looks
gonna
at-
lean in and go, "Speak of the devil." Then gesture over in that direction for everyone to roll at once.
And you see Yalme sort of opens the bag and calls something out. So you hear the exchange. Whoever rolled above 20, you hear the exchange. All of you, except Goose, recognize Cassandra. You recognize her. She didn't roll that well on her stealth.
I think
She's
it's
not that good.
It's Ollie that hears then, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
but so Ollie, you hear the quiet exchange. You can almost read the lips, and you hear Yalma say, "What's this?" She's like, "I don't tell, but like I'm rich." And Yalma goes, "I know. You tell everybody literally all the time. Like, what? Don't tell." It's like, I'm sorry." And she ends up starting to leave the bar, and you watch as Yalme pulls from the bag a number of potions, and you guys recognize potions of healing. There's like a dozen of them in that bag that she leaves at the counter, and she gets ready to leave.
Donation. She's sorry.
Lyndon doesn't look like Lyndon anymore, by the way. The second you said Cassandra, I cast this guy's self.
Sure.
Cassandra.
She looks around. She sees you. Do you look like yourself, Corey?
I do.
She will beeline the hell out of there.
Not friends at school, I take it.
She's the bitch
Obviously not.
were bullied by.
Yes. But she bullied you, right?
Yes.
Running away from
Well, she bullied
you
us
now?
mostly up until the day that we cut her ponytail off. She left us alone a lot after that.
True.
Yes.
Should we take after her?
No.
I don't see why.
You watch as Yalme looks around to some of the people that are still there and hands out potions of healing to distribute to the people who are still kind of injured, and you watch as they start being distributed to the worse off villagers.
Can Corey's gonna get up and just look over the potions of healing, make sure they're potions of healing?
Absolutely. Make an Arcana check or a Nature check. I'll leave it to you.
Ooh, 18 on the die.
Yeah. These are...
Arcana +5.
Yeah, these are
23.
absolutely potions of healing, all of them.
All right.
And there's definitely like 10 of them in the bag.
I sit back down at the table with the family.
What was it?
Healing potions, surprisingly.
So she has a conscience after all.
Maybe a guilty one.
From the
said
stuff that
something
she did
about-
to us, I highly doubt it. But
It never
Maybe.
went as far as killing people, though. I think maybe this is the first time she's seen death.
I could
I
hear
think
what
it
they were
has to do
saying.
with running away.
They said
Oh?
something about faults and that she was sorry.
Yeah.
That it was her fault?
I think there's a lot going on.
She has money. We did hear that from the mercenary that Grogunus, or whatever his name was, the ogre, somehow got thousands of steel from someone to come and
You
pay
heard
his mercenaries.
that?
Oh,
From
yeah.
where?
Goose interrogated.
We
the-
interrogated the mercenary. Got
Did you?
information about what the goings on. The
Goose,
half
you
ogre,
and our siblings interrogated a mercenary.
he did
With,
most of
like,
the
not,
interrogation.
we didn't put the tax on or anything. You know, it was a straight up harebrained scheme. No
It was
violence.
actually incredibly clever.
I'm
Okay.
putting that on
Do
my tombstone.
I want to roll like a insight on that.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
I think my natural instinct as Juniper is to think that Corey is trying to cover for Goose.
These could be wily.
She has
As-
done that a lot in the past.
As you're talking about your plans, Becklin is sort of leaning over. Is the family meeting over? I have a favor to ask.
What is it with this bloody night and bloody favors being asked of us?
Well, my soldiers are mostly
Goose
dead.
is gonna let them talk,
and-
and he's gonna go upstairs.
Okay. My soldiers. Before you leave, she goes, "Wait, this involves you too. If you want to hear it."
Sure.
The villagers are gathering their most capable hunters, but I thought, well, who's more capable than you guys right now? They want to go scope out the camp out west. And not that I don't have faith in trappers and hunters, they're capable, but I thought maybe I could trust you lot better to go out and see what it is that that soldier was talking about. I already lost Godswin, and I'm sure he's fine, and he's just stuck in the storm, and that's all it is. And Garrett's like right behind her, and he's like, okay, well, I don't know that that's true.
We're all really torn up about it.
Yeah, good.
What's in it for us?
What's in it for you to go scout? I can
You're
see.
asking us to put our lives on the line, put ourselves in danger.
A family that has
Moments
been
after we had-
ostracized by most of the town. Now you want us to save you.
Well, we can raid the coffers and give you more steel. But mostly, I think, and she looks at the room full of injured people. Mostly, I have no one else to ask. But you don't.
How about you just save the reputation of the farm, so that Father and Junie can actually make sales and stop boycotting our family? Let's start with that.
She, for a moment, pretends not to know what you're talking about, but under the stare that you give her,
Yeah,
and your
as
father
she
being
sort
there.
of starts on that, even if she starts, I say, you could always go to the Gerbers. Maybe they'll help out. They seem to be the ones that are more popular these days.
They have... I don't expect you to understand, and you're right. You are right. They have funded the protection and the guards of the town. I've caught more than a few of my people accepting money that they shouldn't have had. And I promise you I'm working on it. But, yes, I could have done more. And I owe that. Even if you choose not to go, I do owe you that. And I will do my best. Don't let that be the decides whether or not you go in the middle of the night and putting yourselves in danger. You've done a lot already, but I'm asking you to do more. It isn't fair, but short of Garrett, who is keen to go, I don't intend to lose both high waters immediately on a night like this. So Garrett stays.
You spoke of the
Yes.
You spoke of the Gerbers, that they have the funds. Perhaps they could fund an expedition from a small team, such as ourselves. I think that is fair. A show of good faith from one family to another, especially one
I'll
that
take
has
their
been
money.
wronged by the others.
I will... Yes, she will say yes. Make an insight check.
Another one!
Any of you can make, all of you can make the insight check. This isn't...
She's gonna
all
get
day.
money
15
from
for me.
elsewhere and say it was from the
tip jar.
Gerbers.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically it. She will pay you and then later try to get the money out of them if she can, but for the most part she'll say yes just to say yes that you'll get paid, and it'll totally be the Gerber's money.
Can you leave us to discuss it with our family, please?
Yes, of course. Yes. And with this, she will go back and start, looking in. She's exhausted. You guys can see that her walk has slowed down. She's really tired, and she sits at a chair and, gets back to, taking a sip of coffee before she goes back to looking after sick people.
Look, we shouldn't be in this position. It's not fair on any of us, especially knowing what we've just been through, which is something that has been forced upon you all. And it's not fair and it's not right. But this may be an opportunity to turn things around for all of us, to garner back reputation, some stability. And not only that, if these mercenaries are coming back to this town, what's to stop them going further?
You're correct.
I know how that irritates some of you when I am, but these are the facts. I think we should go, but it's not up to me to make any of your decisions for you. What do you think?
I've been thinking about what we spoke about before, Junie. And as I ponder, I wondered what Uncle Ispin would do in this situation as well.
When you ask that question, your dad is right there. And he will... Well, I could tell you what Uncle Ispin would do, if you'd want to know.
Please do, Father.
What's that? Speak loud. You know my hearing's starting to go a little
Please
bit
do, Father. Please.
All right. He sort of thinks for a minute. Your dad is fond of sort of like sometimes meandering in his conversations, and feel free to rein him in, you know, as older people want to do.
Oh, I will.
Do you know... I think I've told you this before, but it is worth retelling. Do you know the story of Huma, the first servant of Paladine, the one who drove the dragons from these lands so many hundreds of years ago?
No.
Well, the stories go that, if I remember my teachings, that he didn't travel alone. He had an ally with him, Kaz, a minotaur. Countless other stories always have the hero of the adventuring party, but it is always a party. Uncle Ispin wasn't by himself. At one time he traveled with me, with Sabian and Julia, later traveling with Becklin and Cudgel. What he would do is he would trust his friends, his family, and his allies. Just like Huma did so many years ago, just like I did. None of us did it by ourselves. So whatever it is you do, Hartman, you must do it together. You have the bonds of family amongst you. Anything you want to do, you can accomplish. And I know you're struggling with what you've had to do today. And I will spare you the long speech. I will tell you this. In the dead of night, when the world grows quiet and it is just me with my thoughts, I think often of the 72 people I've had to kill in my life. Some were justified, some were not. Some I regret, and some I do not. But I don't dwell just on that. I also think of all the good things that I've done, the people that I've saved and protected, and the tears that you will shed, the torrents of grief that you will feel over what you've done, perhaps or perhaps not, will save an ocean of despair from these parents that would have lost more had you not intervened. You should know this. You did not choose to do what you did. You were forced into it. Perhaps that will provide some succor to you, perhaps not. I know what you can do, children. And I would love for the world to see what you're capable of. Is there more soup?
Why don't I go order some? I think I need a drink. Anyone else?
All good.
No?
None for me, thanks, Junie.
And your
I'll come with you.
And your dad will go back and sits back down, nursing his drink, watching you guys come to a decision or not. Goose, earlier you said you wanted to skedaddle upstairs. Did you still want to do that?
Yeah.
Mr. Soup?
Mr. Soup?
I've thrown away plot hooks for less.
It'll be deep soup lore.
Did I tell you of the time I had soup back in the old days?
Now
Ellie's
this
gonna
Outside
sit
of
there
this talk like
and dwell with a dark expression.
Sure. I mean, your dad will be happy to retell many stories that you've heard before. If you press him on his experiences and why and how he's killed, he will share if you guys are keen. Otherwise, he will just sit quietly and watch his children debate their own futures. Goose, I guess you will stand and go?
Yeah, he gets up. It's been a while since what's her name left at this point, right?
Yes.
Cassandra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's gonna go up to Becklin.
Mm-hmm.
Is she still around?
Yeah, she's standing to the... she's falling asleep in her chair.
He's like,
Have you come to a decision? Oh, sorry.
if we go, and it's an if.
Yep.
I do not say this lightly, and I don't say this with my usual zeal.
I
Big
didn't know you
B.
knew that word. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
It's a short one. I know it. If we do this, part of our payment is you're going to tell us everything you know about the Gerber family, specifically what they do with prisoners.
Prisoners. They don't... What do you mean what they do with prisoners? Their house is not a prison.
If they caught someone, who would they take them to? If you didn't hear about it, who would have?
If they caught someone, what? She looks at you. What did you do?
I didn't. Why does everyone always ask me that question?
Gustav.
Don't call me that. Look. Let's say, not me, hypothetical group of people. Look, if someone was found robbing their premises...
She facepalms instantly. Uh-huh.
Again, this is a hypothetical situation.
Sure.
Legally.
Okay.
Where would they take those people?
To me, if somebody was breaking and entering or robbing, one, if they survived it, because when you break into people's homes, they have the right to defend themselves.
Now, did you ever arrest Finch, Seraphina?
No,
She was in the band.
I know,
Okay.
I know Seraphina. She's an out-of-towner. I know who she is because listen, this is going to come across as... We're a small community. Anytime there's somebody from out of town, we try to be careful. We want to find out a little bit about them. Yes, so I know who Seraphina is. Finch.
Okay.
That's a strange nickname.
It's the last bit of her name, but cut off. Doesn't matter. Look, if you don't have her, then they still do. That's what I'm telling you. And you, if we go off and do, if we go off,
She grabs her head. Wait, there was... Now that you... But I didn't think too hard about this. I had a prisoner... And... what prisoner? Somebody was jailed overnight and then they were being disruptive, so I kept them a couple extra nights, but I didn't let them out. And... She... looks around, you see like kind of eyes are go... She tells you that she had somebody in her jail a while ago, about a week and a half ago. And she didn't sign them out. There's a chain of custody. When you have somebody, you sign a piece of paper or whatever, and then you know where they've been. That person was signed up by one of her guards. And not long after that, her guard found a different job elsewhere and decided to move on. They threw a party for them. And they disappeared. And she hasn't seen that prisoner since, or that person that was let out of her prison. And she's wondering, that's strange. Huh, and I haven't seen Seraphina in about 2 weeks. When did this hypothetical situation happen?
hypothetically, about a month and a bit ago.
Alright. I'll keep my ears to the ground, but, their mansion is big, but it's not so big that you wouldn't hear somebody screaming. And I don't imagine that... They're not murderers, if that's what you're asking.
Keep your ear to the ground. You're going to knock on doors, you're going to get this information, alright, Becklin? And we're going to go into the forest and fight God knows what kind of half-ogre monsters in there, okay?
I will go and follow the law and find what I can find regardless of what you do tonight, but I would appreciate it if you did go.
Alrighty. That's as good as I'm gonna get.
That's as good
You
as
got
you're gonna
soup
get.
on your tunic, by the way. It looks disgusting.
Oh.
And walks away.
And she looks down. She's like, "Shit, there is soup on my tunic." Okay, what are the rest of you kind of doing?
Well, Corey is helping me get rounds, I
Okay.
believe.
I want to
so
have
I'm...
Go through.
Oh no, you go.
No.
Oh, we're just walking up to the bar.
Perfect. Yeah, Yama's asleep behind the counter. She's exhausted, but there, the second you rap on the countertop. Well, yes.
We need 1 bowl of stew, and I would like something very hard.
You're gonna have to be more
kind of-
specific than that.
Whiskey?
Oh, all right, sure, yeah. It's on the house tonight, and with this, she will, make your way to the kitchen. There's a big cauldron filled with soup. Help yourself, and I'll pour you a drink. What about you?
Corey? Do you want anything?
Milk?
Sure. If you don't mind, yeah. And she'll go grab some goat milk and pour you a little thimble of it.
Thank you.
Milk?
Yeah, I don't know. It was the first thing that came to my head. I don't really drink alcohol, especially if we're going to be doing something later.
Truth be told, neither do I, really. I think maybe I am too much like father sometimes, but the truth is, my back is very much on fire, and I don't really want the others to know.
I was going to...
Just FYI, Lyndon is like a few paces behind codependent that he is. Codependent
Right.
that he is, and I was literally going to get up to go after you when AJ was like, "I'm gonna go with her," and I was like, "I'm gonna just leave it as assumed that I'm with you as well." But I'm like,
Right.
Lyndon specifically leaving you two to have a bit of a moment. He's just there.
Just
studying
like,
the paint on the wall.
Yeah, he's just like.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Because he got up with Corey and like walked to it, and then they had a moment, and he went, oh, they had a moment.
Has like
So he's just
sat down at someone else's
He just,
table.
he just got his spell book out and just started.
in the
Started
middle
looking at
of the
spells.
like pathway to the bar.
Hey,
He's a
does
few
anyone
paces
know
away.
who this guy is?
Yes,
This-
I'm sorry. I was going to ask how you were doing. I didn't earlier, and sorry.
Don't be sorry. If anything, I was going to ask you the same thing. Not that you probably... Well, you might not want to talk about it, but I know what you had to do out there, and I just hope that you're being kind on yourself. We often never imagine that we have to be forced to do certain things in life, but it doesn't make us less of the person that we want to be.
Yes.
If anything, I am very grateful for what you did.
It was between them or Goose, so I froze people to death.
And your brother's still here.
Yes. Sorry,
Are you
I
okay?
don't. Yeah, no, I'm fine. I don't know why I got up with you.
Well,
So you had a
can-
boyfriend, apparently.
Oh, I see Goose has been talking.
Also, did you know he's currently lost in the woods? Potentially.
That seemed to be what... Shut up! Sorry. My dog.
Who brought a
Um,
dog into a bar?
It's someone's support animal, I think. Yes. That seemed to be the gist of what she was talking about, and I assume why Garrett is hanging around like a bad smell.
He keeps trying to sit down at our table.
I assume I'll have to deal with that. He is a sweet kid. At least he's got a better temperament than his brother. Nothing else.
I agree with you that we should go. I don't know if all of us are ready, but I agree that we should.
Well, we'll be better off together than we would otherwise. I have... Don't be quiet!
Ollie, for goodness sakes. Could you do something about this?
He's doing it.
Be useful for one thing in your life.
He's been fed. He's been walked.
He wants mom attention. He wants mommy.
Mom attention.
Mommy.
I love it.
Lyndon?
Find it.
As you say, Ollie help with this. I don't know if it was in game or not, but I think that after this, I want to have a conversation with Father. So I think we're in a conversation as you look over.
I maybe as we're. Oh, I assume we might be heading back, or.
Yeah, I passed the milk to Lyndon, who is not far from us.
Corey, I do have one last thing that I do need to tell you.
Right.
If something were to happen to me on the second step in the stairwell, if you pry open the floorboard, there is steel hidden there. It's not much, but it's all that I've managed to save for the past few years. It's really important that Father not know about it, because he'll use it to try and revive the farm or something. But if any of you stand a chance at having an inheritance, you need to split that and sell off the farm. It's a good parcel of land. Someone will buy it up.
Junie, why are you telling me? Why not?
Because you're the smartest person I know. And I think you can be trusted with it. Or am I wrong?
I wouldn't take your money, Junie. No matter my
It's not my
feelings.
money. It's yours. It's yours and your siblings. And I need someone trustworthy to distribute it amongst yourselves. Can't be Father. Can't be Goose. I don't know what that much money would be due to Ollie. And, well, I just know that you are smart and capable and decisive.
And the dog
Someone
agrees. The dog
handled
agrees.
that.
Someone deal with this dog! Get out of here, buddy. Oh. Anyway,
Corey will avoid eye contact with you, and just say, "Let's hope it doesn't come to that."
of course. But I wanted you to know. And Lyndon, who's been listening in.
What was that, sorry? I was reading my book.
Of
He's
course.
holding it upside down.
Yeah,
Standing-
it's like I've been on the same page the entire time. What? Sorry.
All right, well, let's get these back to the table before this dog fucking...
So with this, we'll cut back to Ollie sitting at the table with Ulrich.
All right. So as Ulrich sits there, probably tangenting and talking about all sorts of tales, Ollie's going to interrupt him and say, "Father,
Yes, Ollie.
what you said about taking lives, it made me consider something.
What is it?
I've only taken one life,
Hmm.
and it sits heavy in my heart, and I struggle with it. I've seen the sadness that it is woven around me, and how do you deal with that? Dealing with the hurt that taking a life ensues. and those around you.
He knows what you're talking about. He understands what you mean. I rolled for it, and I rolled a nat 20, so he gets it. Ollie, my father was a violent man. Our family's not originally from this region. We hail from further west. And growing up, I often told myself I wanted to be better. Better than what? I never thought to think of it, but... Well, if my example was my father, then I wanted to be better at violence than him. And I was. I was great at it. And I hated it. It wasn't until I met your mother that she told me and taught me how to be better than what I had been. The pain and the suffering I have caused in this life. I have tried my hardest every day to put more good into the world to balance out the bad that I've done. It doesn't undo the hurt. The past is the past, Ollie. And if wishes were horses, we'd all be eating steak, right? It doesn't do to dwell on things that you cannot change. I have learned that focusing on what I can do to make it better has helped me. And I have done the best thing that I ever will do. You, and your brother, and your sister, and your other sister, and your other brother, the children. Ultimately, the stories that I dreamt of in my youth, and the glory. You are my legacy. You are the ultimate good that I have put out into the world. And I take solace in the fact that I unfairly have put these expectations on you, and I'm sorry that I have. I am already deeply proud of all of you. You have been better than anything I ever was. And so, while you may have caused hurt unintentionally, and by the way, you haven't. It wasn't a decision that you made. It wasn't anything that you did. Then try to do good. Try to, if you feel this pressure, this pain that you've caused, then for every tear that's shed because of you, then create tears of joy or a smile, or leave the world a better place than you found it, Ollie. It is a gargantuan task. But I believe in you. And you should believe in yourself too. And you know, your mother believed in you. And she was never wrong.
I'll do my best, Father. I'll do my best.
Well then, that's all I can ask. Ollie, is there more soup? I'm starving still.
You can have mine.
Here,
We arrive
I
at the
think it's
table with the
probably-
soup.
yeah.
Oh,
here you are.
thank you. And with this, he'll grab the soup and sort of... You watch as your father sort of has... His memory's been going. And when you arrive and you hand him the soup, he looks up for a brief second and says, "Thank you, Julia," and grabs the soup from you, Juniper, before sitting and sort of eating. He's there, but like there are moments where he really is just like not all, aware of reality as it is anymore. Cool.
Eat up.
As the night progresses, I will say that if you are intending on heading out, you will have had a chance to take a long rest. Like, you guys are sitting around for more than a few hours at this point. But Becklin at some point will ask, so I know I asked earlier, I'm just kind of checking in because they're about to leave. Do you wanna, not wanna, like, are we doing this thing kind of vibes? So she just wants to check before the trappers and hunters go, or if you guys want to stay back and just spend the night here in town.
Kari looks to Lyndon.
We need allies. We need to do this. Doing this we need reputation for both the family and the order. People don't look fondly on us, and if helping people out has an ulterior motive, then nothing anybody ever does is truly selfless anyway.
Uavate.
Uavate.
So we're agreed?
Yes.
I'm in.
Goose, where did you come from?
I was always here.
No, you weren't.
No, I wasn't.
That's what
Ollie?
I said.
Yeah.
It's understandable if you don't want to come along.
Say that to Ollie, sorry.
I do.
No, I'll be there to help however I can, and make sure that no one gets hurt. Yeah.
But that's not your responsibility.
No. Well, it's kind of is. Right. We're all
No,
gonna
I'm gonna
have
get
each
hurt,
other's.
man. I'm gonna get real hurt, probably. Maybe on purpose, maybe not, but it's gonna happen.
It seems.
And if you're lucky, it'll be from them and not one of us.
I kind of thought that Goose liked it.
It,
Getting hurt.
it seems that your job might not be to prevent him getting hurt, Ollie, but to heal him when he does. It seems you've been chosen.
Right. What's that all about?
I don't know.
We'll find out.
Either way,
I
no
have-
one extend yourself more than you need to. Remember, this is a favor the town is asking from us, not our
Yes.
lives.
Agreed. And, to Junie's point, if at any point we leave or decide to leave as a family, we go together.
Yes. Agreed.
Agreed.
I agree.
I am not ready to leave now, though. I need to rest. I'm tired. We can leave in the morning. I need to sleep, and I've got something percolating in my mind that I think I can work out if I put a little study in. I'm going to retire for the night.
I'll join you.
Um,
Becklin, we will proceed in the morning.
Okay, so it's at this point, like, you guys, the Battle of High Hill was like in mid-afternoon, late afternoon, so you will be fully rested by about like 3-ish in the morning.
Okay.
And that'll still be kind of in the night during the storm.
Oh, mate, that's like a perfect time to stream. Like,
I know. Imagine someone should be getting up somewhere in Canada
That's
and
when
just
you
like
get, that's when you get up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you get up.
I don't see the problem.
I don't. Me neither. Me neither. I can't feel my face. So as the night goes by rather uneventfully, you guys are successfully able to take a long rest. If there's nothing else, then we will get ready to head out into the wilderness.
Can we
so-
like roll for bad dreams or something?
Well,
Like
this
a
is-
lot of traumatic stuff has happened.
You know
Wake up
what?
with psychic damage.
I love it. If you think you're
I'm so sorry, everyone.
no, if you
I'm
feel
here
like
for the
your character.
experience.
If you're here and you
weird.
feel that your character might struggle with what happened on this day and you found no solace or succor in any of the other events, then I will invite you all to make a wisdom check, please.
Wisdom check.
Hell,
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Kari sleeps soundly.
Okay.
14? Not
okay.
so bad. Not the
Uh,
greatest sleep.
That's a 10 for Ollie.
Okay. And who else is? That's it.
Roll
Okay,
a
just the
2
two.
minus 1.
Perfect.
Oh, wow.
Oh, buddy.
That's a dirty 1-0. A dirty
A
1-0.
Dodo one
That's a
out.
dirty 1-0.
Oh, you hate to
God,
hear
it
it.
sucks.
Especially for AJ. AJ really
Hates
to hear
to hear it. Really hates to hear it.
it.
So who rolled below 10? Is Goose? Just Goose?
I
Yeah,
rolled a
me too.
10, so I'm on the line.
10. You.
I
Oh, and
also-
Lyndon.
I
Okay.
also did.
So
I feel bad because this was my idea.
Lyndon isn't doing well at all. He was strong for Corey and saying, "Oh, we had to do it. We had to do it." A lot of that was him trying to convince himself. He has been replaying and he outright believes for himself that he did murder that guy, and it wasn't in self-defense because his poison spell, he held it way too long and could see it bubbling in the guy's throat, and he held it in there, and he wanted more than anything for that guy to die because he'd attacked his sister. And seeing his face, the face of this guy as his veins were bulging and popping with the poison that he was holding in his system, and his eyeballs were going black and his bloodshot, and then started bleeding at the mouth and things, and he was watching this happen, and he was willing it to happen, and that is still playing in his mind, even though that isn't necessarily exactly how the thing went down. He's now replayed it, and he's got all of the extra things, the extra details of this guy's last moments in his head.
What was the spell that you cast when that happened?
Ray of Sickness.
Okay, so you're able to. Yeah, go ahead.
So for that end, he's not sleeping much. He's just studying his spells. This is the night when we're going to actually level up to level 3, isn't it? Because you said we leveled up. We haven't had a full left. So he's studying the two new spells that he's going to take at level 3. But he's also unprepared Ray of Sickness, and I don't think he's going to prepare that again.
Perfect. I was about to say, but you're ahead of me. Whenever you ever cast Ray of Sickness again, I'm gonna need you to do a further check later.
Yeah.
But perfect. But yeah, asleep is hard to come by.
Lyndon, stop stealing the covers.
I'm almost there. You can see that he's holding the dagger that Ispen got him, got us, and he's working on the spell Magic Weapon, and he's trying to work out how to make this dagger magical if he needs to stab somebody with it. He's not much of a fighter, but if he can make magic do it for him, he'll do that.
Perfect. Note that, okay, I'll need to double. This is for me, but if you have another night where your sleep or your rest is struggled, you will gain a point of exhaustion. We're not there yet, though. Perfect. Goose. And so Ollie rolled a 10. You're fine. You're able to sleep. It's a little bit on and off. There's a few flashes of the trapper that appear in your mind, but it's not. It's just a dream. It's not anything more than that. It's a little bit rocky, but you're able to find rest, and you wake up later fully rested. Same. Corey sleeps like a baby. Babies sleep like shit, by the way. If anybody has
I've always hated that expression. Sleep like a baby. I woke up covered in shit.
I actually slept really well as a baby.
Oh yeah, no. My two kids were like, you know what? It's been 30 minutes. It's time to just ruin life. I love my kids.
You gotta listen to the women's thing of just being noisy while babies.
Yeah. Oh yeah. White noises.
Get used to it.
White noises.
There's a reason I didn't roll, and Corey has not had a bad sleep, except for one time when Lyndon went on a trip away, and she was not with Lyndon. So Corey sleeps fine.
Yeah, you have a great night's sleep. You sleep like a log. Juniper, you rolled pretty high, I think you said as well.
Yeah, 14.
You're good. You have a good night's rest, and you're back. Even if your body's so battered that you just zonk out whether you want it or not. Your body knows what it needs, and that's sleep right now. Goose.
I think it's less about the murders and more about he's thinking about his friends.
Yeah.
And he's he just wakes up through the night and can't get back to sleep, and then so just walks out. He leaves and walks around town and finds himself outside of the government mansion.
100%. It stands there. The lights are out. The usual guards posted there are not there. It seems awfully quiet in the Gerber house on this fine middle of the night.
The guards aren't there. He's goading you into it. Do it.
I know, he's tempted.
Do it. Solo mission. We've got half an hour left of the session. You can do it. In and out.
I can do it.
In and out. In and out. In and out. You can do it.
Everyone loves a solo mission.
You remember, you hear the voice of your family saying, you asking for help, and them not immediately jumping to your side, where you know for a fact that Finch would even waited for you to finish the sentence before she'd be like, what are we doing? Let's do it. She was your number one. She was Dennis and you were the menace. You guys were just a really close pair. And when she got herself caught, because, you know, it wasn't your fault, you kind of lost that.
Goose is like, all right. He goes into an alley. He's like, all right, let's see what this thing can bloody do. All right. And it's just like, okay, do something useful. And you see it like he like slaps a wall and like a little puddle that had like formed there just like completely freezes over. He's like, not useful. All right. He like swinging his hand, and you see the wind starts to kick up. It's like little eddies picking up trash. It starts to swirl around him. He's like, okay.
You hear a cat kind of jumps out of the way and gets out of dodge.
Okay. All right. And then he, it kind of like goes around him, and you see that wind just kind of like echoing around. He's like, okay, all right, I can work with this. Then you see him run down the alleyway and leap 20 feet into the air, grab onto the top of the roof next to him, and pull himself up. And then he is going to, how far away? What's the like street closest, the roof closest to the mansion?
The mansion is pretty isolated and like it has a gate around it. I'd say that, let me take a look at the city map. We'll say it's about 25 feet from the closest roof to that one.
He can make that easy. So
Okay.
he's cast jump on himself.
Yeah.
He can jump long. He can jump 60 feet.
Yeah, you're fine.
So he's like,
do you jump?
All right. I can do this. Easy. Runs and just like totally jumps like pretty far, like a little too far, maybe.
It just overshoots the mansion, lands in their duck pond on the back of their property.
Quack. Yeah, no, you easily make the leap across. You're lucky. It is a raining night. The moon is not out. And as you jump, you're not backlit. You're able to land, and it seems fairly quiet. Make a stealth check for me. Let's see how loud you are when you land on the roof.
The old natural one.
As you land on the roof,
No!
the mansion, they have a skylight, whatever it's called, where it's glass and it's a beautiful place. And as you land, your foot goes right through the glass to the top, breaking it, and it shatters. And as you look down, you're looking directly into Cassandra's bedroom, because that's where her bedroom is. And she looks up, she's in bed, and she 100% sees you looking down at her, and she immediately screams, "Perv! I'm being perved on! Perv!
Not perving!
Perv!" And
I was gonna fight!
you
Jesus
hear
Christ.
the alarm kind of goes off as she screams out in terror that somebody's peeping on her through the broken
Shit.
window of the roof.
Shit! Goose is gonna pull his foot out of the broken glass and run away.
Is there anything more D&D
Yeah.
than somebody splitting the party to go on a solo mission in the middle of the night while the rest of the party are
Fucking
sound
up.
asleep
Yeah.
halfway through a long rest,
Nice.
and then getting a nat 1 on the first roll
you,
and being forced to
I
run
have an
for their life.
answer. No, there's nothing more
There's
D&D than
nothing
that.
it's not that
He tempted me. He tricked me.
It's not the glass cut that hurts. It's just like how miserably you failed that hurts more.
Yeah.
And the
Emotional
look
damage.
of the emotional damage and the look that she had when she saw you, and she. By the way, let me roll to see if she recognized you.
It's
Goose.
such a Goose thing to do as well.
And you
It's
went looking like yourself, right? You didn't dress up. This was Goose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, natural 4. It's a dark night. She didn't really get a good look at you. She knows somebody was there, and she won't know exactly who it was.
And
That's
she's
Terrifying.
he gets his foot out, runs over. He's like, shit, pulls his leg out, runs out, and then takes a few steps back, and with his hammer just smashes the window a bit more. And then runs away. It's like, that'll get him.
Fucking idiot.
Oh, that is so traumatizing for
Yeah.
Cassandra. I know we hate her, but
Yeah.
like,
Good.
I would never wish that on anyone.
Goose was cut, right?
Goose,
Yeah,
he has
little.
a small
So
cut.
there's
There's
blood there.
There is blood there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll have
They
DNA evidence.
They don't have forensics.
They'll have
In the
a little
criminal
divination
justice
magic.
system.
And it's raining too, so the rain will get in there.
That's fair. That is fair.
Do you make your way back to the tavern?
Yeah,
Okay.
like a bedraggled cat.
Draggle?
Because it's all raining, so he's like all his hair is all like
Oh
sopping
yeah, your usually voluminous hair is just like.
wet.
So as your makeup is streaking
boy.
across your face, you look like a sad clown making your way back to.
Yeah, you look like a sad clown, and you haven't even done any of the training, so that's really embarrassing.
You arrive back.
Let
and
it go,
then-
Ellie. Nobody's going to respect it. It's never going to happen.
Someone's gonna hold me back.
One of these days.
One of these days, and as you make your way back to the tavern, you find sleep still hard to come by. Though eventually you do fall asleep partially, but it's fleeting and just the sheer embarrassment of it all. It's about 3 a.m. when Becklin gently nudges you awake, Juniper, saying, the long rest is done, and she's sort of, hey, they're getting ready to go, and I hate to wake you up, but you did tell me to wake you when, around this time to get going, so I thought I should.
No, thank you. I appreciate it. Are there, do we have any horses potentially, or are we making our way on foot?
Well, horses can be loud. It's starting to thunder a little bit out there, and they spook easily. I think by foot might be best.
Thank you. I will, I'll get my brothers and sisters. Can someone look after my father while we're out? His memory drifts.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. For sure.
Good. I might go wake Goose first because he's often the hardest to rouse. And also, I'm keen to see what fucking if you're just stumbling in, just like.
You see Goose, the window opens to his room, and you see him jump on, climbs in, water pats behind him, eases the window shut, wrings out his hair, turns around. Jesus Christ!
I see
That
I see you had a long, restful night.
I was taking a nighttime walk, which is fine. I'm allowed. I'm an adult.
His pants are ripped and there's blood on his ankle.
You're bleeding.
On purpose. Maybe I like to. You don't know.
What were you doing, Goose?
Walking about, seeing the sights.
To the Gerber household?
How do you don't know I went to the Gerber household and cut my leg on the skylight?
I do now.
Well,
What were you,
It's
what were you
so
thinking?
loud in this room.
Sorry, Corey.
that's because
This is your wake-up call, I suppose.
Hey, Corey.
If you could,
Corey, since you're awake,
through the wall.
since you're awake,
yeah, I
if
went
I'm
to the
using
wrong room.
if I'm using a 14th Lagrange matrix and I'm looking for
Hey, what are we all
adjurative
talking about?
transformations, is it Fuen or Fierm?
Pierre.
Yeah, Fien. I always get that wrong. I think I've got,
Right,
I'm
it's,
getting
everyone, it's time to wake up.
I didn't even go to
They're all awake.
That is your problem, Goose.
Damn.
Did you sleep?
Me?
Lyndon,
Oh, good.
what?
did
Oh,
you sleep?
We're in the other room.
little bits here and there, but I think I've gotten the magic weapon to work.
All right, let's go. Corey's gonna keep an eye on Lyndon, super suspiciously.
Can we get rope before we go? I could do with some rope. I was working on that during the night as well. I think I've got a thing that can help us. If I have a length of rope.
I have some rope.
Do you have some rope?
Yes.
Could I cut off 3 feet of it?
Sure, yes.
Thank you.
These
I'll take
walls are very
Ispen.
thin.
I'll come into your
Oh,
room.
we
just
did.
love
We
this
did.
idea
No,
that
we did swap rooms.
You did.
'cause,
Oh, you
Goose is in the room with the twins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Did say
yes.
And Ollie's
Yes,
with,
right.
I forgot about that.
No, wait,
With
yeah.
Juniper.
I thought that Goose was with Ollie.
I thought Goose and I was sharing.
Yeah.
You
No,
were
Goose-
originally.
Because I
I
lost,
saw-
didn't I?
We switched.
I made a bet.
Ollie
I
and
made
Goose.
a deal with Goose, so the twins and Goose are in one room, and Ollie and Junie are in the other.
Oh, sure.
But
But
And
the
then-
walls
I thought it
are
was
thin
the other way
enough.
around.
You can
Mhm.
hear the conversation. It's not like
Yeah. Anyway, I think let's all go downstairs. But before Goose leaves the room, Juniper's just gonna put her arm out. What do you? Why did you go alone?
Wasn't like I was getting much help, all right? And that's fine. You all got shit on your plates. I get it. I can handle myself.
Look at your leg.
It's actually smarting a little bit now. So, yes.
Would you like me to dress it for you?
That would be appreciated. Thank you.
As if you
J-Town.
never get any help, and I'll do it quite brusquely, as in
Ow!
Goose. I'm going to say this once.
You're not going to say it once.
God's willing, I will say it once, and maybe you will listen to me. You are very exceptional. But maybe if you didn't piss away your life being so childish, other people would be able to see that. If we get past this, I will help you. Help Finch. But you have to not do things in such a stupid manner.
I didn't piss away my life, Jin.
I haven't said you have.
You kind of
But-
did just a little bit say that, though.
You could very easily. And
All
then,
right. I'll try not to die.
It's not just dying, Goose. It's everything else that comes with it. Just be more careful, for God's sake.
There's a commotion at the door, and Becklin comes in. Is somehow Garrett with you?
Garrett probably is, right?
I'm
He's
going to
around.
make. I'm gonna make a. So I think Corey's gonna immediately just pipe up. I'm gonna assume he went into the forest alone. Any bets?
Ooh.
Oh yes.
I would
definitely. He
say
would have gone
that's
after
yes.
his brother. That's
Yes.
the impression I was getting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is indeed your duty of care, Beckley?
I fell asleep because I am human and I get tired, and you take that, obviously she's sliding the fact that, you're elf presenting, and
That's a
typically-
microaggression.
Microaggression. I was exhausted. You're right. I can't believe it. Both of them in 2 days?
Well,
At least,
All right,
I mean,
well,
at least they're more likely to survive whatever's out there if there's two of them.
If they find each other.
I'm
If
going
and if
to...
the demons aren't still alive.
You guys can
More of
stay. I'm going to go after them,
I would
guess.
I would say Declan,
No.
if you find them, get them to show you their necks first. There's a possibility that they're not who they appear to be when you see them.
All right. I don't know if you're still heading out or not, but I have to go. And with this, she will
No, we
turn
are.
around.
We are. We're getting ready now.
Okay.
For AJ's knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
did they head in the same direction as where we're heading? Like, could we go find them and then go check on
So-
the
he
camp,
was
or-
intending to head out in the same way, right?
Yes.
Okay, then Corey will just pipe up to Becklin. No, we'll find them.
Okay.
You're too injured and tired.
The general gist of it is that, so the sequence is the knights who you found dead had a purpose and were meant to arrive at town at some point to meet up with an old colleague of theirs. They never arrived. Being concerned, she sent out Godswind to go looking for them, assuming that there was nothing dramatic and that they probably got lost in the forest because it can be a little bit obtuse and dense around here. And he disappeared, and about the same day, or the following day, the Battle of High Hill happened, which then throws everything into concern for her brother, who seemingly has now disappeared, possibly, presumably, looking for Godswind, who headed generally west in the same direction where the bodies and so on was. But not northwest, but like more straight out west, which is different than where you guys live. And that's the general situation at this point. Yeah. So it's up to you to collect your things if you want to. But
Yeah,
Becklin is basically, you can hear her pacing at this point.
I just want to make sure that if Becklin is injured and tired, that she's not going to.
She's exhausted. She's beat. She's barely slept. She's got the deepest circles under her eyes. She looks like a raccoon. She's trying her best to keep people together, but at her own cost. And
Let
she's
us go for you.
Are you sure?
You're going to be a hindrance. Get some
And
rest.
we're going anyway.
Straight to the point. All right, you're not wrong, I suppose. Fine. If you find them, please bring them home.
We'll do our best.
As you guys collect
I'm a
your
bit
things,
sleepy too. I could take a 5. No,
That's your
okay.
own fault, Goose.
Alrighty, let's go then.
Before you leave, I have something to show and give you all.
Oh boy.
What is it?
Oh, I had a strange dream last night, and I think I can do something special for us before we go.
As you can, in the powers and dreams.
I would love to see your gift, Ollie.
I'll wait for us to all get ready, but Ollie will very excitedly grab all his stuff and just rush outside.
Perfect. It is raining, it is wet, but you've got all your things and you're outside. The villagers are asleep. Yalme will hand you, Ollie, one of the remaining potions of healing that wasn't used from Cassandra's batch, and she will give it to you.
Thank you, Yalme.
She will press it in your hand and she will say, I don't know what... She sounds... I'm not doing voices because my throat is sore today, but she sounds, petite and, like, sort of older. She's frail. Like, she puts on a brave face, but, she's an older human at this point. And... I don't know what your powers mean for all of us. But... people will try to use you. And... if whatever this is the harbinger of the return of the gods, then tell them to fuck off because we've done fine without them for 300 years. You're a good kid. She gives you a kiss on the head. She can't quite reach, so she gives you a little peck on the arm and sort of sends you off on your way.
Tell the gods to fuck off. All right.
Right
I'll
off.
remember that.
Right off.
Right off. Oh, sorry. I thought that... Right off.
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright.
he did not interpret that. All right, Ollie. What do you want to show us?
All right. With the siblings gathered, Ollie's going to look up to the sky, rain, like, whipping at the face. I don't know if this will work, but hopefully it will. Father said I should try to do something to bring joy and happiness to us all. He's going to raise hands, and as Ollie does, you're going to see like almost like a turbine of wind start to pick up around, and he's going to start manipulating the sky. And I'm going to cast Skywrite, writing each of our names in the sky, our grandmother's name, our father's name, and our mother's name.
Don't.
What up?
The hell is this?
That's branding right there. I could have used... Can you write Crin Sin? Nah, no, it's okay.
I'm not done yet. Should I do that?
You only get a couple of letters in.
I mean, maybe
Somehow you don't
turn
have
it into
enough
a
space.
vague shape. We shouldn't really be broadcasting our names.
I know. It's such an idiotic idea.
Let him see
But
we're
don't-
coming.
No,
We'll be
let's
shaking in the
not
boots,
let
all.
people see.
Let's
Just
not-
put it. Get rid of it.
They're going to remember us
Oh,
for helping them
That's the point. We don't want them.
One of the guardsmen who's walking and like sort of keeping track of militiamen say,
Hey, who's Goose? Why does it say Goose up there? Huh?
My name, dickhead.
Oh, that's you?
I saved your ass. On the hill, you remember? The hammer?
I don't really know you, but wow, oh my gosh, you got cake.
and then he just kind of keeps walking around. This guy's
reputation precedes me.
weird.
Ollie,
This is a strange town.
you're an idiot.
Yeah, let's leave it.
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. You got excited, and it's lovely to see all our names together again. But the twins are right in that we are doing a stealth mission.
Oh, I was trying to make you guys happy.
Oh, Ollie, it's beautiful. And we've all seen it now.
Gesture my hand.
I'm going to go up to Corey and say, you know how long I've been working on that goddamn spell. It is such difficult transmutation magic to just manipulate the sky like that. It has been stumping me for months. And he can just get it in a fucking dream.
Not jealous, by the way.
Just sibling stuff.
Just sibling stuff.
Siblings be sibling.
And with this,
Alright. Let's head out.
you begin to make your way by foot in the rain and storm, heading through the gates of the town. Who leads all the way?
The G-Man.
Oh, are you very good at stealth, are you, Goose?
I have been known to be stealthy.
You're limping.
If you've been known to be stealthy, then you're not stealthy.
It's because I tell a lot of stories about it. Loudly. All right.
Maybe I should.
So
Please,
I'm gonna
take
I'm
it
gonna
away.
whoever's leading, I'm gonna
I don't
ask
wanna
you to
be a
make
jerk as a
a
player.
let's start with a survival check, and we'll use that as a tracking
Good
check.
that I am not doing that.
Yeah, I don't want to be a jerk as a player, but Junie was this close to trusting you again, and you snuck out. That is. Sadly, that is only a 10.
It's enough.
Rolled quite low.
As you head out west, and you follow through the brush and the thick foliage, the mud. It isn't long, about 45 minutes or so. And then you start picking up some tracks. You're good at tracking. In fact, all of you, just by virtue of having lived on a farm, you know how to catch and track animals. You've had to, put the sheep back in the pen or the pigs. You've had to find out what that fox stole. So you're good at tracking animals. And you read through the footprints in the night of nocturnal bears that are doing their hunting. Eventually you find a set of footprints, of boot prints, and others that are clawed reptilian feet that you can't identify. These are not chickens. These are not bird feet. These are the size of Ollie's feet, but they look like they're hooked claws, and they look like dinosaur tracks.
These are probably the tracks of those creatures we fought, I suppose. Those draconic-looking things.
Mm-hmm. We could either
So there's more of them. Great.
keep tracking them, follow them to where they are. I assume that's where those guards have gone missing.
And your boyfriend, ex-boyfriend.
Just Scotswin, I think, is fine.
Right.
We could call him the Lantern. Because he
Why?
has to be carried and he's a bit dim.
That's quite apt, actually. Can I continue to track these?
You can, if you guys want to follow them, you can. You've spotted them. You don't need to roll again. You can just follow them easily through. But I
just want to make sure that I'm not alerting anything.
I will ask anyone who's proficient in This would be perception or insight to roll.
Yeah, I'm good at that.
I'm
pretty good at
proficient in
perception.
both of those.
You pick whichever one you want.
Woo.
Proficient in what? Or what? Sorry?
Ah,
Insight or
guys.
perception?
It's a Dirto 20.
Rob, what did you roll?
9.
Oh. 17.
Okay.
Perception and insight, was it?
Yeah, either or, yeah.
Yeah, I got a 18.
Nice, of course. I love it. You see that the woods eventually give to a ledge. There's like this ridge, and it sort of plunges into a valley beside. You notice a couple of things. One, these people have never learned to not be skylit, meaning that their silhouette is up on the top of the ridge, so you can actually make out their shape against the night sky, and the occasional peal of thunder lights up the sky enough that you see them. You see 3 reptilian hunched over humanoids walking, followed by 2 humans dressed in soldier wear, plate, and heavy armor. The footprints that you see become muddled at the distance away from them, and you see them in the distance. And there's a scuffle, or clearly the mark of a scuffle, between a solitary pair of human footprints that then get dragged as if by the heels towards that group of people. And more urgently than any of this, past this ledge, past this ridge, in the distance, dozens of low fires illuminate hundreds of red tents. Amongst them move patrols of shadowy human-like figures. Over 1,000 soldiers occupy the camp. It is a whole army. But the first 5 individuals that you see are probably a patrol.
We can take them. We're level 3. We got this.
We're invincible.
Can I tell whether the 2 humanoid figures look kind of like Godswin and Garrett?
You could no, you know that it's not. It
Okay.
isn't them. Yeah. In fact, I will switch this just so we can see.
Just want to know if their faces have been stolen already.
Oh, AJ is half off the screen.
Hello.
It's night, and it's too far to legitimately see where you are, from where you are. If it's them or not, like you'd have
Okay.
to get a lot closer.
You think we should take out these ones, or
Okay, so there's an army?
That
yes?
looks
But
like
these are scouts.
thousands. They look like the patrol.
Are they the dragon dudes?
I will show you, like, if you guys
Scaling.
are on, but there's the valley, and down there you can see tents, and tents, and tents, and tents hidden amongst the forest, and lights, and just outlines.
Pretty tense situation.
Ah!
All right, you suffer 1d10 psychic damage.
I know I do.
It's like a fire at a circus.
Yeah.
Intense.
Intense.
Oh my god, you guys.
This pun is really beginning to drag on. So,
Oh my god.
Shit.
Let me just get rid of these guys, and then I will.
Our characters.
Deleted the characters. They're all gone.
Yeah, just
Goodbye.
get rid of all of them.
Just finish. Yeah. So you tell me what you
well-
guys want to do. They haven't spotted you because you guys came in fairly quietly and from the side, and you see, sort of ridged up, like so. In the distance, the individuals. They haven't spotted you. It's still night. Who knows?
Are we between where that party is and the bigger camp?
You
I don't-
are
I
on
don't-
the other side. So there's you, there's them, and then there's the big camp down below.
Okay. All right. What's the best thing that can happen out of this situation?
We leave alive.
Yeah.
But like, why did we come out here again?
to see what was going on, and we clearly know what's going on. Those face stealers have taken the whole army.
And to maybe find Godswin and Garrett.
That's pretty low on my
That's
priorities,
pretty
to be
low.
honest.
We could. No, that's stupid. I would rather live and go back, to be honest. But I was going to say we could lead. We could make a distraction and pick them off one by one.
The patrol.
Bring them to us.
Garrett
Patrol?
seemed alright, I guess. Alright, let's give it a small go, and if things go at all amiss,
We run.
we bounce.
Do they have obviously they're dragon folk, but are there any modes of transportation that we could steal and get away on?
So in the camp
Ideally
itself,
like a Ferrari or something like that.
Yeah, like a Lamborghini, maybe?
you
That
can
would be sick.
I'd settle for a land speed record motorbike.
Yeah, motorbikes.
best I can do.
Maybe a Cobra.
It's a 1995 Honda Accord, you guys. It's got 800,000 kilometers on it. It's not going to do very well.
Any Toyota Civics?
Toyotas are reliable.
No EVs. And with this, you do hear with every peal of thunder, even at this, you hear the whinnying of horses, but they're further down into the camp. These guys that are walking here, they're not carrying any horses. They're just walking and they're patrolling the outskirts of the camp. Clearly, that's what they're doing. And as they get lit, I'll give you a chance to do another perception check to see if you recognize Godswin or Garrett in that pile.
All right.
Goose is not going to make a perception check because he sucks at him, and is instead
Natural
gonna...
20.
Natural
Oh,
20.
fucking god, are you kidding me? You know
Did
what
you
I
get a
rolled?
nat 20?
I got a 9.
Funny.
No, I got a nat 19,
And that
That's hilarious.
and we have the
I
same
got-
modifier.
yeah.
I got
You're
a 21,
one ahead of me again.
if that helps.
So with that,
What's happening?
these
Oh, so we had 19, 20, 21, 22.
Yeah.
there is.
Yeah.
Damn.
This is not Godswin or Garrett. This is a patrol. But
Okay.
what you had missed
I got
is
a
that
natural 18, so I got a 17.
Oh no, you screwed it up.
No, because my
screwed it
modifier
up.
would be a 23.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh,
Oh, well.
Well, we tried.
Uh,
Thanks a lot, Goose.
You ruined it all, man.
classic Goose. What are you gonna do? Garrett, you see the body of somebody that is bound and gagged, being dragged by one of the, draconic-looking dudes, is dragging a bound and gagged person, and from this distance, the smallest felt sort of individual clearly appears to be Garrett.
Alright, it's Garrett. We should probably help him. If it was Godswin, I probably wouldn't have. But
And you get the
think
sense
we
that
can-
they're making their way back towards camp now that they've caught this interloper.
Are they close enough to, like, alert camp? Or are they far
They're
away enough?
They're
If
still
we took them
pretty
out
far.
hypothetically really quickly,
Yeah.
would we be able to do so without alerting everybody?
We could make different fires or something on our side and bring them towards us to go check or something. But since they're dragging a body, I would assume they would immediately split out. If I was being strategic and I was them, I would say that I would send 2 of the scouts off to check out whatever we do, and then the rest of them go with the body. So we need to take them out now.
okay, we get in between them and the rest of the camp, so they can't get past us.
We cut
Right.
them off.
Yes.
If we do that, we're in between them and a whole army of them.
Yeah, but we can kill them easy.
And then?
Easy.
and then
Take the
we
horses?
escape.
And then we bounce.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
So
What
as
is what is the term for bouncing? What do we say if we need to run? What is the
Run?
signal?
Run?
Okay, that's not very imaginative.
Why would we
Balloon.
need to run?
I don't want to be using my imagination.
Signals are fun. Okay, fine. We'll just do a really serious, life-threatening thing and not have any fun while we do it. All right?
Balloon.
Goose.
There we go.
You want
Yeah.
Goose to be the signal?
Yes,
Goose balloon?
that's the stupidest signal. God damn it, Ollie! Such a moron.
Don't be mean to your brother.
So
Okay.
in the midst of
All
this
right.
arguing in the middle of the night, trying to come to
Oh
the
God.
rescue
Oh god.
of
no.
Garrett. We're
You're
going to
thinking
end
too
it
long.
here, and we'll pick up next week as you guys may charge in to save the day. Poor Goose poor Ollie being picked on for writing your names in the sky. How dreadful, how sad.
How sad.
How
Look,
dreadful.
I knew what I was getting into when everyone was like, "We're gonna pick on you a lot." And it's like, okay, I don't know what I'm
I didn't
signing up
say
for.
that.
That's
We're
fine.
like,
I'm gonna give you reasons. I'm gonna
we all
give you
basically
reasons.
we all basically chose for you. You're gonna play
Yeah.
the youngest.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay.
To be fair, you have a mixed bag because Ellie is playing someone who adores everything
Yeah.
that you do. So
Yeah.
you got both.
I'm playing into
Hey
it. I'm loving
guys,
it.
there's enough love
having
to
a
go
great time.
around.
The code word for running away is goose. Oh,
The name of
my
one of us.
God.
Balloon.
Brett is leaning into it.
Goose?
Let's
I'm
be
leaning
fair.
into it.
We're not just bullying
Yeah,
Brett.
no.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
guys gave me. It was like, here, do this. Like, all right, you sure? 'Cause I'm gonna do
You
this.
sure? You sure you want
There's
to?
consent. There's consent. So,
I love from the chat.
before we-
Balloon goose is the safe word.
Balloon goose.
Balloon
Yeah.
goose. Yeah,
It's
I love
the
it.
only way.
before we end today's stream, we have to do the giveaways for Tailspire. Don't think I did forget.
Yeah.
Woohoo! So
Lucky
we
ducks.
I know we have 2 winners that have been picked. I think I have their names that are like their Twitch handles. If not, then please reach out to me. So the best place to do so will be on Discord or on Twitter. You can DM me, and then we'll provide you the code. So the first winner is Diving for Moose, I think is their handle.
Diving for moose.
Yeah, they submitted
so close to diving for goose.
Diving for Moose. Can you please change your Twitch handle? Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Diving for Moose gave us a lovely picture of Goose painting Corey's face. That scene where, and I should show it on stream if I can find it. But I suck at streaming. But they did a great job with it. There it is. And they posted
The
it in
makeup
Discord.
I aggressively took off and then burnt Goose's blouse.
That one.
You didn't have to burn the
I wanna
blouse.
show
That
it
was
on
one of my
stream.
nicer blouses.
I really enjoyed that. It was very emo,
Well,
and I love it.
We'll steal you another blouse.
There we go. There's the winning art piece. So Diving, congratulations on getting yourself
Yay.
giving yourself a Tailspire code. Yay, thank you, Tailspire, for the codes. And the second
cute.
winner is I want to read it, but that is from Bragg. He wrote a lovely poem commemorating the events of High Hill, and if you guys will permit a bad rating, I will read it for you because I really, really enjoyed it. So here we go. I'm gonna do my best, which is admittedly not that great. Unless Goose, you want to read it because your character might. Actually, it's more in theme. for
Sure,
the
I'll
bard.
read it.
Like, yeah,
Where-
let me copy
where is
paste
it?
this. It's coming. Relax. Let's hear it. Boom.
Where is it? Oh my god.
There it is. It's there. I'm sorry. Don't hit me. Here you go.
Down in distant Vogler, at the Kingfisher's Fest, when the tales of old battle and heroes are told, there an old friend of many was once laid to rest, and a clash reimagined by young and by old, of Solemnian guardians and Asterian steel, and the mighty Lord Vogler, who brought them to heel. Many centuries later, their duty fulfilled, great valor remembered of the ones who were killed. As mercenary forces marched again on High Hill, 'twas the old town militia to answer the call. Yet when joy turned to terror and the village fell still, a new family of heroes had rose and stood tall. To traitorous horsemen with an ogre in tow, as the High Hill was once again covered in blood, the Hartmans together delivered a show, and an evil was buried yet again in the mud. As arrows rained across the plain, nature showed its wrath. 2 more replied with magic's might as horsemen fled the field. Even Ispin of old, lo and behold, assisted through his shield. And in that fight, the 5th was right, and none could touch his ass.
Yeah. Great reading.
That's
Whole
what I
ass.
ended.
Whole ass. Congratulations, Bragg, on the Tailspire code as well. We'll be doing another one next week, so feel free to find fan art or make fan art, clip of the week or GIF, submit it, and you too.
So that was 2 this week because we didn't do one last week, but we'll
Correct.
be doing one every week.
Correct.
And if you want to be in, you can submit anything you want: poems, art, gifs, We just ask that it's not AI generated art because of the whole problem with AI artwork stealing from real artists. So submit what you want, clip things from this show, submit it, make sure you're doing so in a place that we can see it so that we know that you've done so.
Rob's Discord.
Such as in my Discord. The channel in the channel Dragonlance that is specifically for talking about this campaign.
LCS.
So with that, before we head off into the night or the morning for me, let's do one more round the table just to see where we can find people. Let's start the other way around. Ellen.
Hey, so I'm Ellen K. Graham 1 on Twitter. You can find me over on Sirenscape every Friday playing Cyberpunk Red. Cybernation Uncensored for June monthly, where I have to get up at 4 a.m., which is super fun. And mainly follow Roll to Cast, ROLE, for variety TTRPG fun. And if you are in Adelaide or Garnieta, you can come see our live show this Saturday and next Saturday, but particularly this Saturday because I'm running kids on bikes. Woo, woo, woo. I'm not nervous at all. Yeah. And that's me.
Nice. Throwing it to Gustav.
Ooh, I'm running at kids on bikes this weekend, so I'm just.
Well, you should.
Kids in your neighborhood.
I'm just kind of,
You're gonna flip those kids.
Full speed ahead.
Go back
full
here.
pelt, Terminator style.
Terminator style. Tackle one down.
You don't move your arms beside you, just like your legs. Just so it's even weirder. Nice.
They didn't say how dangerous this paper route was.
They warned me about the dogs, but not about him.
This isn't worth the 11 cents per hour.
Child labor laws are ruining this country. Zach Speaks Giant is where you can find me.
Nice.
That's ZAC. And I have a YouTube channel where I share silly thoughts and silly posts and stories about D&D. You can find me. I do a Twitch 2 campaigns on Mondays and Tuesday, every second Monday and every second Tuesday. You'll see. Follow me on Twitter and I tweet when I go live. One campaign is where all the heroes are post officers. The other I just ripped off of The Mummy starring Brendan Fraser. It's a good time. Head there. Also check out the game Stray Gods. I am making it. Partially. I'm
by
a very
yourself.
small
By
part
yourself.
of it.
No, it's just you.
Very
It's just
tiny
you.
little
It is just
part of
you.
it.
No,
I am making.
It's
this
just
game.
me. I'm gonna say it's just me.
nice.
You get told next week you got fired.
Whoopsie.
Trying to take credit.
Oh, man.
Because you were running at Kids on Bikes. Corey, AJ, what about you?
Hello. Hi, my name is AJ Winters. I am a dungeon master and world builder from Winter's Tales. We do a homebrew world TTRPG live play from this very studio that I'm in. First Dungeons and Dragons studio in Australia, which is pretty freaking cool. So if you want to see that, we stream that on Tuesday nights, AWST. We've got an awesome community growing, and they're starting a wiki. So if you'd like to learn more about the story and the land of Aelwyn, the Frosties are getting together and putting all the lore into one place for you, which is so freaking cool. Other than that, you can find me on other people's channels often. So just go find me wherever I am. Winter's Tales Co.
And
Nice.
this weekend, she'll be running over kids on bikes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Don't go on.
Rob's favorite pastime.
FBI man that's watching, we're just joking. Lyndon,
Just jokes.
where can we find you?
AJ doesn't like kids.
Hi. I'm Robert Hartley GM. I'm a full-time Dungeon Master, TTRPG player, and professional nerd. I am everywhere all over the internet at Robert Hartley GM, and you can also find me as the Dungeon Master for a comedy group called Viva la Dirt League on YouTube. That's what I'm most well known for. Find me in all the places. This weekend I'll be running away from kids on bikes because they terrify me.
Well, they're out for blood now.
They're so mean.
Did I take your proposition? Did I take your proposition?
More. That's fine. I'll take
Plenty
the
of
one that's
propositions.
left. Hi, I'm Dreaded GM. I am a person on the internet that tries to run as many TTRPGs and do as many cool things as possible. If you want to find me, you can check me out on Twitch. I'm live sporadically throughout the week, but hopefully getting that schedule back on track. Got a YouTube, which I'm building as well, so releasing videos there as soon as I can and whenever I can. We've got a new one coming out, which is our Jasper's Game Day crossover crisis, which is super cool. And a certain someone right above me is going to be releasing that as well. And someone else also above me was on that as well. So actually, no, 3 people on this, Ronnie. Hey, look, you're just going to have to check out the
Sucks
YouTube
to be
channel.
you, Zach and Ragam.
Hey, too bad. Yeah, check out the YouTube channel. That's about to go live this week. And it's a 12-hour marathon game with.
It is a good game.
Yeah, it's a good game. So, and it's going to be split up across multiple channels as well. So it'll start on my channel, and then it will go to Rob's channel, then it'll go to Dag's channel as well.
That does the Gamers channel.
It's going to be really cool.
Nice.
But yeah, if you want to see what I'm doing, just Joe GM on all the places you'll find me. And I will be running with kids on bikes because I'm trying to catch Rob.
Solidarity.
You're chasing me with the kids on bike. And then behind you is Zach running after them.
And AJ trying to run over.
And AJ's trying to run him over.
Wait, where's Ellen and Rackham then?
I mean,
they're the kids.
I'm at a
I
live
have
show.
I have-
can't be
I have-
held responsible.
These are my kids on bikes, so I'm out there
AJ,
defending
why are
my
you trying to run
kids.
over Rackham's
Yeah,
kids?
what's going on out here? Thank you so much.
Control.
Ooh, I like my kids. Other people's kids. Leave my kids alone. So just a reminder, we already had a $30 donation. Thank you very much. For every $200, we'll be putting towards the prequels. Get to see the characters before the adventure begins. What Juniper's been up to, or Goose, or Lyndon and Corey, or Ollie. But we'll figure it out as people become unavailable and sort of slot in those one shots. And eventually perhaps even take a step back and find out what Ulrich, Sabian, Julia, and Ibsen would have been up to way back in the day. With this, I am live back tomorrow with my 2-year streamiversary. Feel free to come by and hang out. We'll do some community stuff and have a good time and goof around. I think one of the segments I've decided is to go and get chat to help me spend money. I don't know if we're going to do that on like minis websites like they used to make me buy really trashy minis, or maybe we'll go on like some random websites like wish.com and spend some money. So if you want me to buy some ridiculous costumes or something, tune in tomorrow and make me spend, a few. I don't want to buy any of that goofy stuff, but I know they will make me buy it. Thank you so much to all the players for being here and hanging out with me. Thank you for you guys coming out and playing with us. Please be in touch if you won your Tailspire codes, and we'll be back next week with episode 6, and we'll figure out how they'll deal with this threat here. In the meantime, from us to you, have a great rest of your day, have a great rest of your week, and thank you for being with us on this lovely day. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
I think we say bye
forever,
now.
See you later.
All right, bye forever.
Goodbye.
See you later.